Whitney Young football is on the air. Live from Gately Stadium on the south side of the greatest city in the world. It is week one of the 2024 high school football season in the state of Illinois, and it feels like Christmas, Halloween, and St. Patrick's Day all wrapped into one. We are coming to you on the Whitney Young football YouTube channel with tonight's action between your Whitney Young Dolphins and the Corliss Butler Trojans of the Chicago Public League White South Conference. Whitney Young enters the season off of their first ever appearance in the Chicago Public League Championship game and is hungry to go one game farther this year. During the last 6 games a year ago, Coach Finger leaned heavily on his running game, amassing over 1,200 yards, including a 338-yard performance against Taft in the Public League playoffs. With a first-time starter at quarterback in Von Conrad and an experienced and big offensive line, it might be more of the ground game this evening. Tony McHale reporting alongside Jack Wildermuth and cameraman extraordinaire Remy Vaudel. Jack, you are now our inside information to the program. That is, if your teenage son, unlike mine, actually communicates. What is your sense of how the last 4 weeks of practice have gone, and how is the team coming into tonight's game?
That's great, Tony. Happy to be here at Gately Stadium to kick off the season. Chatted with Bennett Newman, the starting quarterback from last year. My son gave me some information on this. I think the key was lost a lot of leadership last year. And in the first couple weeks of practice, the juniors and seniors really stepped it up. They realized they weren't underclassmen anymore, and they had to get better and set the example. It sounds like that happened towards the last couple weeks of practice. The nice thing this year, which hadn't happened in the past that much, were 2 scrimmages. So the team was able to see an opponent other than your brother on the football team. Against Lincoln Park in particular, they made some mistakes early on, were able to film that, and learned it. So I think those scrimmages are going to be the key, and hopefully the Dolphins will be ready for this game.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. This is the first year that the IHSA has allowed basically a week 0 where you can scrimmage another team. Every year prior to this, you came in cold, having only played yourself. And, last year going against a Hope team that actually went all the way to the IHSA quarterfinals, huge disadvantage for the Dolphins.
Absolutely. That was a tough start. Hopefully this year will be a better start to the year.
So the strength of this Dolphins team early in the season will be a seasoned, experienced, huge offensive and defensive lines. What are you looking to see out of these big guys tonight?
So the 3 returning starters up front are going to set the tone again. The 2 backs, Luke Yolich, coming back, had some nice carries last year. And then Max Warner, this might go back to the Heisman Trophy of the Army team in the 40s, Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside. So Luke is more of a power runner. He will seek contact and get yards after the carry. So maybe he's Mr. Inside. These might not take, Tony. We're going to try it.
Hey, I mean, we didn't get to go to the scrimmages, so everything we say is true for the next 15 minutes. So
Max Warner is a real a track star, a speed back. So that might be Mr. Outside. We're just going to – and I think the goal would be to get 5 or 6 yards a carry. I think that should be an expectation for this game.
And I think it'll be interesting to see the difference between the move from Bennett Newman, who was more your traditional pocket passer, drop back, throw the ball, and he had 5 or 6 targets last year. Some of those guys are gone, so you move to Von Conrad, who's a little bit more willing to put his nose in there and gives you that extra running back, if you will, as opposed to Bennett, who was looking to throw the ball first.
That's great. Yeah, Vaughn had some really good games for the JV Dolphins the last couple years. Has good field vision and really fast.
So as the pregame rolls on, we always like to get the coach's perspective, and I had the opportunity to speak with Coach Finger earlier and get his insight on tonight's opening game of the 2024 season. We're joined now by head coach Dan Finger. Coach, starting your 6th year at Whitney Young, what has changed from 6 years ago to kicking off tonight?
I think depth is a big thing for us. The numbers in the program continue to grow, and that's sort of job number 1 as a head football coach, get kids involved and make sure they're having fun and sticking around. So, we're really excited about our depth, both sides of the ball, and especially in special teams this year.
You talk about depth. I would put your offensive line up with almost anybody in the state right now. 4 seniors, 3 of them that have started for 3 or 4 years. How are they going to affect this ballgame?
We're going to put everything on them. They're sort of the spine of the team, the backbone of the team. They're all leaders, all 5 of them, and we're excited for them to sort of take that step and show it against somebody else, a different colored jersey today.
So fortunately, the IHSA has a week 0 now where you had a scrimmage game, but you lost 2 days this week to the extreme heat where you had to go inside and couldn't put pads on. How's that going to affect you guys tonight?
You know, we thought about it because this year playing another CPS team, we get to sort of level a playing field, whereas last year we were playing another team that didn't have to practice inside for those 2 hot days. So we really talked about gaining an edge, like getting a really great indoor practice and winning those days as opposed to just kind of losing them or thinking of them as lost days or anything like that. So, you know, we practiced inside. We were in pads. We were physical. You know, obviously we weren't going to the ground or anything, but we got a lot of work done, and I think, you know, it's going to show today.
So Corliss, 5-5 last year, went to the state playoffs, returns 9 or 10 players from last year. What are your keys to victory tonight?
You know, we're going to have to run the ball for sure and protect the football. You know, that doesn't really change for us. But we're also going to have to tackle really well defensively. They're going to get good playmakers in space, and we're going to have to fly to the ball and really track well, finish tackles well, and then win the takeaway battle.
Awesome. Coach, thanks so much. Good luck out there tonight.
Appreciate it. Go Dolphins.
You know, you always have to just pull out your coach speak dictionary when you get in front of any coach, and you know, they'll tell you something, but I'm not sure they ever tell you a lot. So, you know, kind of like we talked about, you're going to have an offensive line that averages 265 pounds. We'll just go across it real fast. The big man in the middle is a 4-year starter, Nick Dale, 6'3", 275 pounds. I stood next to him on Saturday at Media Day. Just a mountain of a young man. Huge.
Big guy.
Not sure where Juan Cepeda is going to start, whether it's going to be inside at guard or outside at tackle. But Juan, also a 4-year starter, 6 foot, 270 pounds. The left tackle is going to be MJ Woods, 3-year starter, 6'3", 265 pounds. All 3 of those young men are seniors. The 2 newer players to this line, Alexander Oshevsky, 6 foot, 257, and Dylan Paracini, I practiced that.
Nice.
5'11", 255. So you just have a lot of room, or a lot of human being in front of Von Conrad and Luke Yolich and Max Warner that are allow them to get a start. The thing that blows up the running game most is if you let these defensive linemen or linebackers get penetration and running backs start going sideways. So my expectation is that the blocking up front will be really good, and you're going to see the running backs and the quarterback get to the second level and see what they can do.
That sounds right, Tony. We watched Corliss take the field. They'll have some big players on the line, but hopefully our experience and our guys are big and nimble. Hopefully that makes a difference.
So there's a couple big guys out there, but who in your mind as you look at these guys is the biggest guy out there?
I think this Devin Williams, 6'3", 325. I think we'll hopefully not calling his name too often, but he's number 55 out there for the Corliss Trojans.
And it'll be different. The film out there. So Corliss plays in the white division, which is allegedly, and we'll see what happens tonight, but allegedly a step down in quality from the red conference that Whitney Young plays in. So there's a lot of film out there of Mr. Williams, and Mr. Williams was just knocking people all over the place. Now, he didn't have to go up against people that were 275, 270, and 257. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. On the defensive side of the ball, the last year the Dolphins defense, if I had my notes in front of me, the Dolphins defense is on page 4. The Dolphins defense had he didn't put it out here for me. Had 4 shutouts, had 24 turnovers, and 4 of those were returned for touchdowns. So a lot of turnover in that defensive backfield. So we'll have to see. We might as well bring it up right now, Jack. So obviously we had the 12 kids who graduated, couple transfers from the program that were big contributors last year. Nasir Rankin has transferred to Morgan Park. His Division I football offers just continue to flow in addition to the D1 basketball offers. He was named, the Sun-Times did a little preview of the football season, and he was one of their top 50 impactful players coming into this season, and one of only about 7 or 8 juniors. So wish the best of luck to him in Morgan Park. Hopefully we'll see them somewhere down the line. And then the other one is Rico Antonio D'Alessandro is now at Maine South. And he was on the Twitter, because everything happens on the Twitter. He was one of the wide receivers to watch in that Metro West Conference, I think it is. So best of luck to him. We will not see him unless it's in a state playoff game, but I think they might even be Class 8. So we'll see what happens. So we are going to take a quick break as the teams continue to warm up. The referee is on the field. I think they're going to do the fake coin flip, so they keep it a secret from us. So we'll be back in 1 minute. We are back on the Whitney Young Football YouTube channel. Jack Wildermuth, Tony McHale bringing you the action tonight. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff. The Dolphins have gone back into their locker room for last-minute instructions from Coach Finger. The Trojans are still out on the field, warming up to our right, which is the south side.
Yes.
South side of the field. Jack, it is a beautiful evening here. What do you got for a weather forecast for us?
Well, thanks, Tony. Here at Gately Park Stadium, 810 East 103rd Street in beautiful Chicago, Illinois. Right now we're 79 degrees. Gust of wind right now. Should continue for the rest of the day. Wind gusts could be up to 14 miles an hour, but in a pretty mild day, shouldn't impact the game. Air quality index is a 46, and that is brought to you by Tom and Jeff Skilling.
There you go. Even though he's retired, he is our hero. So the captains are coming out to midfield. So for Corliss, Butler, and we'll talk about that in a second, number 1, Elliott Turner. Number 15, D'Angelo Willis. Number 55, Devon Willis. And number 57, Darian Gardner. For Whitney Young, you have Nick Dale, Luke Yolich. Who's our third captain? Oh, and Quinn Duham.
Quinn.
So they are at midfield right now. They're going to do the coin toss. Coach Finger out there. The Corliss Trojans are coached by Mr. Keith Brookshire. He has taken his team to the IHSA playoffs the last 2 years. Man, Devin Willis,
yeah.
Devin Willis is just towering above everybody out there. So as the Trojans continue to warm up, they're warming up with 5 wide receivers out there. So we'll look to see if that spread continues. So Corliss won the toss. They have deferred, so the Dolphins will start on offense. So we'll get to see Von Conrad first tonight. So let's go over. You want to go over who we think the Dolphins starters will be?
Sounds great, Tony. So starting with the backfield, the aforementioned Von Conrad, 5'11", 160 junior, will get his first start of his career today. We plan on running the ball quite a bit, I believe. So running back number 2, Luke Yolich, 5'9", 180, a senior. And Max Warner, we'll call him Mr. Outside, number 23, 5'9", 180, a junior, class of 26. And then on the outside, we did lose some speed, but have some folks with a lot of experience coming back. In senior Will the Thrill DeMille, now wearing number 1 off of number 10 from last year. And then junior Joseph Gray, who's gotten a lot of varsity time over the last couple years. Also, a big improvement. I've seen this firsthand around the Lincoln Park gyms. Miles Barsna really put in the time this year. Has developed into a nice receiver, and he will start at defensive back as well. And then I think we talked a little bit about the strength of the team. In my view, would be the offensive line, led by center and captain Nick Dale, number 77, 6'3", 275. We don't know exactly how the line's going to fit in this year. A lot of flexibility between the guards and the tackles. We'll have Dylan Pericini, Juan Buster Cepeda, Alexander Rachevsky, and MJ Woods will complete the offensive line.
Awesome. So real quick on the Corliss Butler Trojans. I don't know who Turner is. There are 24 different schools that are part of the football co-op program in CPS. So those 24 teams make up 10 different football programs. So Corliss and Butler actually share a school building. So this is their second year as a football program. The numbers were just down on both teams so much, but on the roster they had about 45 kids. It looks like a nice group out there right now for Corliss. So there's still 2.5 minutes on the clock, but both teams look like they're ready to go. So we have a roster for Corliss. We don't have different positions, so we'll have to see how they come out and line up. I guess we'll have the national anthem first, probably.
Welcome to Gately Stadium for the 2024 Boys Varsity Football Season Opener. Tonight's matchup features the Whitney Young Dolphins versus the Corliss Trojans.
So even though we are the visiting team, we're going to wear our home jerseys.
If you could direct your attention to midfield, our coaches and captains are now set to meet with the officials for the coin toss.
We already did the coin toss. We just need a national anthem and we will get this underway. So the Dolphins are going to wear their home uniforms tonight. Orange pants, blue jerseys, orange numbers outlined in white with orange helmets. Corliss comes out in all white uniforms, brown numbers, a yellow helmet with yellow logo and a yellow stripe. So this could be an area where Whitney Young has a huge advantage in special teams, especially in the kicking game. Solomon Bradley, all city last year, both as a punter and as a place kicker. So here come the Dolphins out onto the field.
And I think you're right. The special teams is something that Coach Finger has focused on for years, and the organization that he puts into that and the emphasis has early in seasons in the past has been a big advantage. Hopefully that will continue.
So it looks like kick returners for the Dolphins, number 11, Brandon Dockett, and number 23, Max Warner. Referees are still gathered at midfield. Can't tell. Does it look like number 44 is going to be the kickoff guy? Paul Smith. His day job is a linebacker. So we are ready. We got to wait for the clock to set. There's still 14.6 seconds on the clock.
And they just did a time warp. Looks
there
like we're ready.
12 minutes on the clock. The ball is teed up. We are ready for game one of the 2024 IHSA football season. Your Whitney Young Dolphins against the Corliss Trojans.
The Dolphins are now set to receive.
Ball goes short.
Kick.
Picked up at about the 30-yard line. Taken all the way out to the 36.
I see
Ray Scottemeyer.
Yeah, it was Ray. Yeah.
All right.
To the 36-yard line.
So Von Conrad brings his team out. The ball is spotted on the 36-yard line. Normally there, Jack, they just put it on the big line, make it easy for themselves.
I think they historically have done that, but it's new season, Tony.
So we got Luke Yolich out there as the single back.
Quinn Duhan in motion.
Luke straight up the middle, all the way out to the 41. There's your 5 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yolich, the ball carrier.
See if we can't get some starters for you.
That's a gain of 5.
So Devin Willis is out there on defense also. He's the big man in the middle, the nose guard.
2nd and 7 from the 41.
Will DeMille to the near side, 3 receivers on the left.
Pass.
He's down right at the 45.
Quinn Duhan with the they're calling it a catch.
So it was a catch. He just slipped. So the ball is at the where? I'm confused about what we're doing here. So it's 3rd down. We have to get out to the 48-yard line.
2 yards on the reception. 3rd and 3 from the 45.
So only 2 yards on the completion. They got to get the ball to the 48. Conrad rolls out to his right.
Nice play.
He's got Barry. Is that Barry Gordon? Barry Gordon down the sideline. Barry Gordon the third all the way down to the 38-yard line. Great play call by the Dolphins there. Rolled Conrad out. So the first down of the game for the Dolphins inside of Corliss territory at the 39-yard line.
And nice to see the passing game in effect early, Tony. I was not necessarily expecting this.
This is what I tell you. Coaches tell you one thing, and they do the other because they want you to,
the coach speak.
They want to do the misdirection. 2 receivers top and bottom for the Dolphins. In motion comes Barry Gordon. Conrad straight up the middle this time.
Quarterback
bumps
draw.
It out to the outside. Big hit. Thrown backwards. They're going to mark him down at the 36-yard line, so a gain of 3.
That was 44, Paul Smith. Also the kicker.
Maybe he should just stay as a kicker.
5'10", 210.
So right now the offensive line is doing what they need to do. Conrad runs back into the huddle with the play. I want to see where everybody's lined up here. So we got MJ Woods at the left tackle. You got Ochevsky as the right guard. And Cepeda is in at left guard. Cepeda's in at right guard. Quick pass again to Barry Gordon inside the 31-yard line. So the Dolphins coming out pretty balanced. So we got 5 and 6 is going to be a trouble all night.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, Quinn.
5, Quinn Duhan.
So they mark it down at the 32.
His family's from Akron, Ohio, so never need to apologize.
So they got to get the ball to the 29-yard line. So I was going to tell you, you're in charge of the Barry Newman nicknames tonight.
Okay, we will do that. We'll do that.
Conrad rolls to his right, cuts it upside. Depends where they mark him. Referee has him inbounds. Not sure, they might have to measure, but you got to figure Coach Finger's going to go for it right here. 4th down, so they mark it just at the 30-yard line. So see what Coach Finger has here. So the first, the ball, I'm not sure where they have to go. The ball's on the 29-yard line, right? So this is where you just take Conrad over Nick Dale and you push forward. Bring a man in motion.
Nice.
There you go. First down for the Dolphins, new set of downs. Yeah, and Nick Dale just pushed Willis out of the way there. So the first down of the year. New set of downs. They're going to put the ball. They're going to put the ball on the.
1st and 10.
Put it on the 24. So great job there. And you see that senior leadership from Nick Dale right there. Just put his head down and pushed Willis out. Willis didn't even get in on that tackle. Conrad got into the linebackers. So here come the Dolphins, 1st and 10 from the 24. 2 receivers top, 2 receivers bottom. Jolich next to Conrad. Quinn in motion. Jolich this time off the left tackle. 20.
Mr. Inside
10,
is going to score.
Touchdown.
Woo.
No flags down. Whitney Young with the first touchdown of the year. Luke Jolich from.
Takes it 25 yards for a Dolphins touchdown.
We're going with Luke Jolich on that. Pretty sure. I'm not sure who the announcer just said, but
It was Luke. Just a really great play. Well blocked. Took it straight to the house.
so 8 plays, 64 yards. So here we go. The All-City. Oh, that was Barsma. No, 7.
The kick is good.
So thinking Solomon Bradley.
Is Bradley 17 now, not 37?
I didn't catch that either. Yeah,
I'm going to go with Solomon Bradley.
Okay.
Because I have Barsma as 15.
Yeah.
So a 24-yard touchdown score. PAT is good. Whitney Young takes a 7-0 lead with 7:15 remaining in the first quarter.
Good coverage by Max Warner.
Pass is incomplete.
Why can't I get?
Short punt, Dolphin ball on the 35.
Penalty marker on the field.
Looks like there's a penalty.
This flag is picked up. No penalty. 1st and 10, Dolphins.
The video is good, not the audio.
They have video.
From the 34.
All right. Well, at least we have video. All right, guys, we're going to continue. Hopefully, send us a message.
We should be back, Tony.
Okay. So, sorry, little technical problems. Not sure what's going on. The Dolphins had a 3-and-out. Right now, MJ Woods injured on the field on that punt.
Yes, a really short punt. I didn't see what exactly happened to MJ.
So, on the Dolphins' defensive stand, 2 running plays, each of them lost 4 yards, and then Corliss threw a long pass, well defended on their sideline, forced the punt.
And we received word from the great Barry Newman that was Maxwell Warner on the touchdown.
Oh, was
it's
it?
It's a first game for me as well. So 23 Max Warner, Mr. Outside, flashed the speed and scored for the
It's
Dolphins.
dark out here, I'm telling you.
It is dark. It's hard to see.
Sorry, Maxwell. We'll get you. MJ walks off under his own power. So the Dolphins will take over on their Corliss 34-yard line. Their second drive of the season. First one went for a touchdown.
1st and 10, Dolphins from the 34.
Same set. Duhan this time in the slot to the right. Hand off to Warner. This time Warner escapes a tackle in the backfield. Runs over number 21 for the Corliss Trojans. Tamar Moore made the tackle, but another first down for Max Warner.
He was dead to rights in the backfield, just pushed the guy off and picked up a first down for the Dolphins.
So Warner gets the ball down to the 21-yard line.
Good enough for a Dolphins first down.
Another first down. Right now, the offensive line for the Dolphins just dominating this game. So Olszewski. So here's what we have. Cepeda's now at left tackle for MJ Woods. Then I'll get you the guard in a second. Snap. Handoff again to Warner. Warner dodges inside. Down to the 15. Group tackle by Corliss. Right now, Warner the workhorse.
Gain of 6.
Yeah, I can't see who our fifth lineman is
2nd
now.
and 4 from the 15.
So now Luke Yolich comes into the game. Warner goes out. Little slow getting the play in this time. So
this kind of cadence for the play reminds me of the 2021 season, Tony. There's a certain quarterback named
Efren Solano had gone in.
Yeah, right. Yolich
in. Yolich dodges the tackle, cuts it back inside. He's down inside the 10-yard line to about the 6. So another first down for the Dolphins. We'll have 1st and goal from the 7.
That's gain of 8. Good enough for a Dolphins first down.
So this is what we talked about at the top of the show, that the offensive line for this Dolphin team is going to be the key early in the season. And right now they're just dominating a Corliss defensive line that is not light by any means.
And goal to go with the football at the 7-yard line.
So Yolich next to Conrad, Barry Gordon in a H-back position. Little pitch. Quinn Duhan around the corner.
Duhan, touchdown.
Touchdown. No flags.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
So we're gonna call that the Bennett Newman touchdown, Barry. That's a touchdown pass.
Touchdown pass. Von Conrad's first of his career.
So 2:10 left on the clock. That was a 2-minute and 57-second drive. Yeah, so this is me, Jack. I just have Solomon's number wrong on here. I have 37 instead of 17.
Yeah, I think the program is off a bit, but we do have Solomon Bradley.
First game for everybody. Bradley up. Kick is good. The Dolphins lead 14-0.
Great exchange again. Ben Barrett, the 12 1/3 star long snapper. Von Conrad holder. Solomon Bradley, the kicker. And that exchange, extra point kickoff, will hopefully be a key advantage for the Dolphins again this year.
So only 4 plays on that drive, 34 yards, 7-yard touchdown pass. Or 7-yard touchdown pass. Conrad to Duhan. So we will see what the what Corliss response is right now.
I think if you're a Corliss Trojan fan, you need to get something going pretty soon, given the dominance of the run game so far of the Dolphins.
To receive the kick.
So Lucas back deep again with number 9, Barnes. Bradley's ready. Referee whistles the ball into play. Oh, we'll fix the scoreboard. Missed tackle. We got a flag. This is coming back. We got a couple flags. So there's a flag back at the 34-yard line. So great run back is going to be
coming back.
Called back. We're going to get a hold or a block in the back. So that was Barnes. Barnes this time was able to break 2 tackles and get it all the way out to the 45, but he was the beneficiary of a, let's see what we got. Referee's going over to talk to Coach Finger. Umpire picked up the flag at the 35, so they're going to go back to the flag at the 27. So they had 2 holding penalties. The Dolphins will take the one at the 30. They're going to put the ball on the big line at the 20-yard line.
Multiple fouls against the receiving team.
2:29 on the clock. 1st and 10 for Corliss from the 20-yard line. So we'll see what they can do on this drive.
1st and 10, Trojans.
Low snap. Pass out into the flat. Good tackle there by Luke Jolich.
Nice tackle by Luke.
But a good play ball call from Corliss takes the pressure off the interior lineman. The quarterback for Corliss right now, Talon Reed.
The pass is complete.
So it's 6-yard pickup.
6 on the reception.
Reed brings the play back in. Dolphins come out in a 3-down lineman. There are 5 receivers out for Corliss, 1 running back. Don't have a number 4 on the roster. Inside handoff, that time to number 9, Barnes. Barnes taken down right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4. Tried to run a little bit of a jet sweep there, Jack, and the interior line of the Dolphins was having nothing of it.
Great penetration up front by the Dolphin seniors.
No gain on the carry.
Adrian Del Villar is in the game as the left tackle. So we got Maxwell Warner coming out near side with Solomon Bradley. Ball's basically in the middle of the field.
From the 26.
Snap good. Ball is out. Going to be short of the 1st down. Runners tackled at about the 28-yard line. Almost identical to the play they ran on 1st down.
The pass is complete to Goward.
Punt team's coming on for Corliss.
Down. I think they can let the quarter end if they want to. But 24 seconds left.
So it brings up a 4th down. The coaches are calling for the punt team. But you're right, Jack. They'll be able to go to the end of the quarter. They're already yelling at Coach Finger to stay off the field. It's only the 1st quarter of the 1st game of the season. So the clock ticks down, 3, 2, 1. At the end of the 1st quarter, the Dolphins lead 14-0. Corliss has the ball 4th and 1 on their own 29-yard line, and we will wait to see what happens. So, Jack, what do you think? You got 12 minutes into the 1st season. Some snap overreactions for you?
Well, I think as outlined, controlling the line of scrimmage was going to be the key. We're doing that. I'm pleasantly surprised by the passing game and the different looks that Von's been able to offer. And not surprisingly, the speed of Maxwell Warner and the experience of Luke Jolich, Quinn Duhan leads the Dolphin to a great start to the season.
Yeah, I really like what the offensive line is doing. So, and you've seen it when you flip to the defensive side, that Corliss figured it out rather quickly. They're going to have to get the ball to the outside. But I think the linebackers, already we've seen Jolich from his inside position. get outside, and then some great tackling out there by Barry Gordon III. So we'll see what Corliss decides to do here. They're sending on number 44, Paul Smith again, so it does look like they'll punt. So last time they had about a 15-yard punt. Great crowd here tonight. We are on the Corliss sideline, and there's got to be 100, 150 people out here.
I think a good
on
150.
the Corliss side.
Yeah.
Nice turnout for the Dolphins. There's only a couple other games going on tonight. We'll talk about one of them in a second. So we got Quinn Duhan back to receive the punt. Solomon Bradley kind of playing safe. Dolphins not trusting that there's actually a punt. There you go. They faked it.
Fake. Got him.
Dolphins all over it. They're going to stack him up at the 26-yard line, so the Dolphins are going to take over.
Cameron Gallard, the ball carrier.
So Gallard, the ball carrier, he was one of the up men.
Short of the line to gain.
So Dolphins are going to take over.
On downs.
So, Jack, so your thoughts on this? I like the call. It's tough to do after a TV timeout like that, change a quarter, because the Dolphins have all the time to talk about it. You know the coaching staff is like, safe, safe, safe.
The coaches can give good warnings when Corliss is in probably a risk-seeking mode.
Right.
Right now, down 14, and
I like it better as a call if the quarter hadn't ended, than if they just ran that out and the Dolphins didn't have time to think about it. Yolich in the backfield with Conrad. Barry Gordon in motion. They're going to get – Gordon was a little early. Referees blow it dead. Barry Gordon came in motion from right to left and just turned upfield a little bit quick.
Referee Hutchinson indicates a false start.
So that'll push the ball back to the 32-yard line. Still first down. First and 15.
With the football at the 37.
So I like the way the Dolphins right now attacking inside and out with the run game and then trying to get Duhan and Gordon to the outside. I got to tell you, it makes my heart good to see number 12 out there as quarterback. So I was looking at it. This is the 6th year, but the 4th different quarterback. I like the tradition. Pat Herbig started it, then Pat McHale, then Bennett Newman, now Von Conrad. Gordon in an H-back on the left. We're going to run it up with Conrad. Conrad outside to the 30. Gets tackled out of bounds down to about the 26-yard line. Brings up a 2nd and 9.
I didn't know that history prior to Pat, so that's good.
So Pat Herbig in 2019, Pat McHale in 20 and 21, then Bennett 22, 23. Now, there was a rumor that Von, might not, but I like the tradition. It's a good number.
It's a good one.
So it brings up 2nd down and 9. Ball's at the 26.
From the 31.
Hope. Oh, on the 26. Okay. I can't listen to the PA guy. He's confusing me.
Yeah, he's been off.
Conrad in the backfield. Hey, first game for everybody. Ball to Warner. Warner jumps back to the left side. He gets down to about the 22-yard line. So it's about 3rd and 5. That play was designed to go up into the A-gap. Warner, with his triple jumping ability, jump cut back outside. Took it out, picked up 4 yards. So makes it 3rd and 5.
Gain of 4 on the carry.
See what Coach Eddie Boucher can draw up here. Pretty much the playbook is open. You got to assume this is 2-down territory here. So
it's 3rd.
Wildemil and Barry Gordon go to the top left.
23-yard line.
Gray is down. Bumbled snap. Conrad picks it up, gets outside, looks to throw it. Ball's loose again. Gets out of bounds. So a bad snap going to result in a loss of about 10 yards. How big is Solomon Bradley's leg?
I don't know if it's this big. I'd like to give it
40. It would be a 48-yard kick from there.
We'll see if Coach Finger will let it rip.
So 4th down The ball's now on the 31-yard line, so a loss of 9. So that makes it 4th and 14. Dolphins going to eschew the field goal attempt. Wildemill to the bottom of the screen, 2 receivers to the top. Maxwell Warner comes out to the right. Von Conrad falls down, incomplete pass. So the fake punt.
The pass is incomplete.
The fake punt does not hurt Corliss. They're going to take over with 9:19 on the clock.
1st and 10, Trojans.
No, the looked like a decently high snap, although maybe Von could have handled it. Fortunate to not have a turnover there, but still in decent field position on defense.
Couldn't take advantage of the fake punt. Had 1st and 10 on the 27. Now the ball's on the 31. Corliss is going to come out, see what they can do. 2 drives, 3 and out each time. They're going to put the ball on the far right hash mark. Elliott Turner coming. Nope, Elliott Turner not coming into the game. So Reed brings his Trojans up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 1 receiver to the top. Pretty much one.
I think they just walked a player onto the field that wasn't in the huddle. I don't know the high school rules.
Yeah, you can't do that in anything.
Okay.
So the Trojans take a timeout. Leaves them with 2. It's peanut butter and jelly time.
It is peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah, so Elliott Turner, number 1, had come on the field and then gone off and then tried to come back on. I didn't see if they had 10 or 11 guys on the field.
I think that made 11. That was a pretty slick move if it was going to be legal.
No, it would not have been. You still got to be in the huddle. You can't just kind of walk onto the sideline and say, hey. So it looks like Whitney Young right now is in man-to-man defense, 2 safeties over. So here comes Reed.
The Trojans have 1st and 10 from the 31.
Running back next to Reed, 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. So you got 1-on-1 down here at the bottom. Reed looks to his left. A lot of pressure, throws the ball up. Caught. It's going to end up being a loss. Caught by number 7, Duckett. But then the Dolphins came, swarmed on the tackle. It's going to end up being a loss of 2.
I think for the first time this year, Tony, that was a pod of Dolphins.
There you go.
This is a loss of 2.
Is there an over/under on pods of Dolphins?
I don't know. We didn't do the bingo card with Barry, but we got in Akron and Pod so far.
There you go.
Maybe 5 or 6 more.
And you got to start
First
whipping
game.
out some nicknames.
So, okay, sounds
you
good.
You got the
We did.
nicknames. So second and 12.
From the 29.
Running back is Chris Russell back there with Reed. 2 receivers top, bottom. Reed drops straight back, looks over the middle. Nice diving grab right there. There you go, number 1. Elliott Turner gets in the game. Looks like it'll be a 1st down. Good route from him. Came from the slot on the right side. Gets out to the 44-yard line.
It's a nice play.
Gain of 15. First down of the game for the Trojans.
Good enough for a Trojans first down.
So we'll have to see now, Jack, if the Trojans really just have abandoned the running game. 1 receiver, little confusion on the formation. The 3 receivers at the top. Reed gets a snap, looks to his left, comes back to his right, back over the middle again. Looking for his guy, Turner, one more time. 3 Dolphins there. Late over the middle, not where you want to go.
Quinn Duhan had a beat on that one.
Yeah, that's not a. There's several ways. We got a penalty flag down. Looks like Coach Finger's going to accept the. I'm going to guess it's a hold. Illegal formation. Yeah, they couldn't get their formation done, so it'll be 1st and 15 from the 39.
Referee Davidson has indicated an illegal formation.
So ball on the 39. So same formation. The three receivers at the top are struggling to figure out who's on the line of scrimmage, who's off.
Has indicated an illegal formation against the offense.
Low snap this time. Reed picks it off his shoestrings.
Oh, wow.
Sack.
Aaron Champion.
Aaron Champion comes off the right end. Reed was rolling out to his right. Never saw Champion. Great job by Champion. Great speed. Sack takes him all the way back to the 33-yard line. So a loss of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd and 21. All the way back to the 31.
I think that's another strength of the team, Tony, this year. Barry Gordon, Aaron Champion, 2 senior outside linebackers.
So Coach O.D. dialed up the pressure there after a couple dropbacks from Reed. So Corliss has to get all the way to the Whitney Young, to the Whitney Young 46 for a first down. Same formation, 3 receivers to the top. Reed looking to his left this time, dumps it off, intercepted. Gray with the interception.
Picked off.
Joseph Gray Jr., Whitney Young's first interception of the year. Little miscommunication from Reed and his receiver. Gray read it all the way. Whitney Young back in business on the 31-yard line. 6:44. Let's see what they can do with this one.
Great play by Joseph
Yeah.
Gray. Now let's last drive was similar field position.
Yep.
Picked up a first down. A little disappointed with the high snap. So hopefully the Dolphins can make something happen here.
But just a great read by Gray and a great dive. Got his hands underneath the ball. Never a doubt the referee called it right away. So here we go. Yolich in the backfield with Conrad. Good snap. Quick out to Barry Gordon. That little low. It's going to be a loss of 5. So the Dolphins stuck a little bit right now. Started their last drive on the Corliss 27 after a fake punt. Started this one on the 31 after the interception. And they've really only gone backwards these last 2 series. So that ball, they're going to put it down on the 35. I should just wait until they put it down. So try to get it quickly out to Gordon. Ball was behind him and low. He had to go down low and catch it. Another high snap. Forward toss to Duhan. Duhan hold is coming back.
Mach 5, Quinn
Touchdown.
Duhan.
It's going to come back. There's a flag. The side judge threw a flag at the 36-yard line. So they're going to get a hold on the Dolphins.
Is that still a spot foul, Tony?
No, it'll go back to the line of scrimmage. Okay. I think they're going to say it's almost at the line of scrimmage. But, yeah, no, they changed that rule 2 years ago, thankfully.
Yeah. Jeez, that was
overly punitive.
Yes.
So the Dolphins continue to go backwards. This is why you hoped you had that scrimmage last weekend. And, the difference between opening up against Hope and Corliss. So holding, they're going to take the ball back to the 45.
Referee Hutchinson indicates holding against the offense.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 24. Dolphins have to get just to the 21-yard line.
From the 45.
So after those first 2 drives where the Dolphins just dominated the game, now mistakes, not Corliss, really hurting the Dolphins. Barsma down to the bottom of the screen. Conrad keeps it, tries to get outside.
Wow.
Nice cut, gets down to the 40. Took a big hit as he was going down.
Yeah, I think that
he pops up.
Maybe late. Tough kid.
It was close. I mean, it was one of those playing to the echo of the whistle. The referee's talking about it. It's not an automatic first down. So there's a conversation between the line judge and the referee, now the umpire. Ball's currently at the 41-yard line. So that would have been a pickup of 4. Oh, I see the flag. The flag's at the 44. That could be against the Dolphins, another hold. That play, a little bit of a high snap over Vaughn's left shoulder. Kind of blew it up. He was going sideways. We're going backward again.
Penalty marker on the field.
Holding again. So that's going to put it on the Whitney Young 45.
2nd and 34. You have a play for that, Tony? I guess 3rd and 34.
So wait a minute. They called 2 penalties there. So they're going to mark this off, and then
indicates 2 live ball penalties.
they're going to mark off the hold and then the late hit. So this should come back to the 40.
So we're net 5.
It's going to go to the 35. Yeah. I'm not really. That's weird. Because the ball was at the 45. So it went back to the 45, and then you get the 15-yard penalty. So it's not a first down. In high school, it's not a first down. So it should be 2nd down, right? 2nd down, the ball's on the 39. We got to get to the 21. That would be 18, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we had 2 penalties.
So it did work out to a net plus 5.
Net 5 yards.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get a clean play here, Dolphins.
Ball's on the 39. Conrad straight back, ball deep over the middle.
Woo!
Got Duhan. Oh, brought down by an arm tackle. Number 5 for Corliss. Demetrius Davis saves the touchdown, but a first down for the Dolphins.
Swin Duhan in the seam, Mach 5.
So 1st and goal. They're going to put the ball at the 7-yard line. So 22-yard pitch and catch from the Dolphins. Great job, just Duhan streaking down the middle of the field. Only thing that
28 yards on the reception. Good enough.
Math.
For a Dolphins first down.
Dolphins 1st and goal.
It's 1st and goal to go.
Yolich.
From the 7-yard line.
Yolich gets the handoff. Holding. Coming back again. Just that's our 3rd holding penalty on this drive. So it's going to move us back 10. I mean, the total yardage on this drive is going to be more than. Here comes the referee. His right arm's going to get tired. Oh, a chop block. So what that means is 2 Dolphins, somebody went high, somebody went low on the play. That's a 15. That should be a 15-yard penalty. So yeah, if a defensive lineman's engaged with an offensive lineman, then somebody can't come in and cut his legs. They're going to take that ball back to the 22. So it's 1st and goal from the 22. Wow.
The result of the penalty makes it 1st and goal to go with the football at the 22-yard line.
Coach Eddie has some interesting play calls here. I'm not sure you have 1st and goal from the 22 on your play sheet. So Yolich in the backfield, DeMille down to the bottom. Oh, they're offsides. Yeah. So we're going to be this game's just getting sloppy in the 2nd quarter. Number 2 for Corliss. Kendall Lucas was blitzing on the play.
Way offsides.
He was offsides enough that the referee blew the play dead. So now we got 1st and goal from the 17.
The yardage as a result of the penalty makes it 1st and goal to go from the 17-yard line.
Does Coach Eddie just call up the same play now?
I think so.
Ray Scottemeyer in the game in the slot. We still good?
Good.
Okay.
We're getting some numbers wrong here, and Barry Newman's correcting us. Maybe we'll work on that.
Conrad takes the ball straight up the middle, gets pulled back. They're going to give him forward progress down to the 15. Who are we getting wrong?
So the long pass down the middle was possibly Barry Gordon and not Quinn Duhan.
Well, 5
5
and 6.
versus 6.
I mean, it's easy when you're sitting on your lounge chair.
It really is. With this pina colada critiquing the broadcast team.
It is dark out here.
It is hard to see.
There's not a lot of lights on this field.
I'm getting old.
All right, so here I got you. So Barry Gordon has a towel.
Okay.
right, has a towel, and we'll see what Quinn has.
I'm so used to Quinn making the plays. So sorry, Barry Gordon.
So Luke Jolich, Stoudemire comes in motion. Jolich outside,
There's
cuts
Luke.
it back inside. Only going to get down to about the 12-yard line, so 3rd and goal from about the 12. So the offensive line not pushing Corliss off the ball like they were in the first quarter. Clock's down to 3:14.
That's a gain of 3.
Dolphins have had this ball for 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely a different tone in the second quarter.
Remember, Corliss gets the ball to start the second half. So Gordon, Stoudemire, DeMille to the left. All right, so Duhan. Oh no, that's Barsma. Conrad straight back, looks to his left, over the middle. Ball's up in the air, intercepted in the end zone on a tip play. Barry Gordon tipped the ball up in the air. So once again, the Dolphins cannot take advantage of their
really good field position.
Ball's tipped, thrown in, interception in the end zone on the tip play. So now, with 2 minutes and 43 seconds, the Trojans will have the ball on the 20-yard line. See what they can do with this. The last 2 series, they've abandoned the running game, gone straight pass with everything. Looks like they're taking another timeout. So they have 1 timeout left, 2:43 left on the clock. Whitney Young Dolphins lead 14-0 on the strength of 2 first quarter touchdowns. The second quarter has just been mired in penalties. The Dolphins had 2 drives start in Corliss territory. 1 on the 31 after they stopped the fake punt. I'm sorry, 1 on the 27 after they stopped the fake punt. That drive lost 4 yards back to the 31. Then after Gray's interception, they started on the 31, got the ball down to the 12, but they had 3 holding penalties and the chop block penalty. So 4 penalties on that. They benefited from a Corliss offsides penalty and a Corliss late hit penalty. So what is that, 30, 50? There was 65 yards of penalties on a drive that started on the 31-yard line. So Corliss in a good spot here if they can get something going. They do get the ball to start the second half, so they have 2 minutes and 43 seconds right now to try and get this ball into Whitney Young territory. Man-to-man coverage. Deep ball down the right side. Good coverage on that. Dropped, almost intercepted. We might have to ask Barry who that is.
I think it's Maxwell Warner.
Nah, is that Quinn? I think that's Quinn. It's a single digit. But Reed took that ball, tried to run the fly. Quinn Duhan got it on his helmet, almost had the interception.
For the Dolphins fans out there, it's really hard to see the numbers. It's not because we're
especially on the far side. So Solomon Bradley's the safety right now on the Dolphin side. And you got Warner as the cornerback. So this time just 1 receiver to the top of the screen, Lucas. You got almost a pistol formation for Corliss. Fake the handoff. Reed comes to his left. He's going to get sacked.
Pressure.
3 Dolphins meet at the quarterback. Champion going to get part of a sack. Who else you got there? Aaron Champion again, so he's got a sack and a half. So it's going to put Corliss, the clock stopped. I'm not sure why the clock. Did Corliss take their last timeout?
I don't know if Corliss did or Coach Finger did.
So a sack all the way. So Coach Finger took a timeout. Oh, we lost our scoreboard. Man, I need a producer. All right, so we'll reset here. 2:25 in the second half. Dolphins lead 14-0 on the strength of 2 first-quarter touchdowns. Corliss has the ball after an interception in the Dolphin end zone, but it now sits at the 12-yard line.
Third and 17 coming up for the Trojans.
So Coach Finger took a timeout to stop the clock. Punting game not strong for Corliss, so he's looking to get the ball in good position again. But there's a lot of speed out here for Corliss. So the receivers, number 2, Lucas, number 9, Barnes, number 4, Teague. Reed back in the shotgun, waits the snap. Quinn Duhan deep. Fake the sweep, short pass. Here come the Dolphins. Nice move. He's going to go out. Don't tackle him. There you go. Barnes with the short pass gets out of bounds, but that might just benefit the Dolphins. So it makes it 4th and 8. So save Coach Finger a timeout. Corliss is going to punt. There's 2:15 on the clock. You can hear Coach Finger over here yelling, safe, safe, safe. So Duhan and Bradley are standing on the 35-yard line. Ball's on the 22. So that would be a 13-yard punt. Paul Smith back. He awaits the snap. I don't think they're going to fake this. Now Quinn Duhan drops back. I'm not sure why he's dropping so far back. Snap, kick, better kick this time. Ball hits at the 50. Good Corliss roll. Rolls out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So the Dolphins have 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go 60 yards. Or maybe we'll see the first instance of place kicker Solomon Bradley. But first, Jack, the Dolphins have to not commit any penalties.
After the first 2 drives were so solid, you saw a lot of sloppiness from the snap. Seems to be the quarterback center exchange is a little off. So holding at several positions. So it'd be nice to end the half with a solid drive, fundamental drive.
And at least one of those holds was caused by a snap. It delayed the outside run by Von Conrad, and the receiver was holding on to his defensive guy. So here we go. 2 receivers, top and bottom for the Dolphins. Maxwell Warner behind Von Conrad. Quinn Duhan goes in motion, another high snap. Conrad rolls out to his left. It's going to be short. Clock stops with 2 minutes. Just that the snap is a little bit off right now, and it's messing up the rhythm of all the plays. Conrad rolled to his left that time, throwing against his body, just couldn't get on enough on it.
The pass from Conrad, intended for Duhan, is incomplete.
Corliss still has 1 timeout. Dolphins have 2. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Gray comes to the bottom of the screen by himself this time, trips to the top. DeMille, Duhan, Barry Gordon. Quinn Duhan comes in motion, goes back the other way. Conrad rolls to his left, sets his feet this time. He's got a man deep. DeMille. DeMille caught the ball.
Great catch,
It was tipped. So the reverse tip drill that time. Number 8, number 9, Barnes I think they're going to have roughing the quarterback.
The passer. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I saw a flag.
So we got roughing the quarterback.
Von Conrad is complete to William DeMille.
William. It doesn't. William the Thrill just doesn't really work. We got to work on that. So great concentration by DeMille. We got a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty.
30 on the reception.
30-yard
so
play.
The play went to the 30. So that's a 30-yard pass play. Conrad rolled out to his left again against his body, had DeMille streaking down the left seam, and then we took our eyes off of it, but there was a roughing the passer penalty. So 15 more yards, so it's going to put the Dolphins 1st and 10 on the 15. So just want to watch Von Conrad. So Coach Finger's going to take a timeout. That's the second late hit he's taken. Right, he took a late hit on the previous drive, and
one on the near sideline early in the game. So I think as the season goes along, to watch that.
But that's an early ESPN.
Oh, it was.
I mean, great catch. The ball was tipped by the Corliss player. I think it was number 9, Barnes, and DeMille came up with it. I'm not sure he knew he came up with it. Duhan in motion. Good snap this time. Great block by Maxwell Warner. Great job when we go back and look at the film of that one, Jack. Corliss blitzed, and Maxwell Warner stepped up and gave Duhan time to throw that ball. Threw a little high and out of bounds, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 15. 1:43 left on the clock. Clock is currently stopped. Dolphins have one more timeout. Corliss has one timeout. Ball is on the left hash, so plenty of room to come to the right. Will DeMille this time comes to the right. Duhan with him in the slot. Gordon this time is an H-back.
2nd and 10 from the 15.
Gordon comes in motion now to the right side. Comes back, little trap block. Maxwell Warner cuts it upside. First down, touchdown.
Needed that. Oh, jeez, another flag.
What is that? That flag came out late, but 2 referees threw it. So both the back judge and the line judge on the far side threw it. Great trap block by Barry Gordon. Barry Gordon came to the right, switched direction, but we're going to take that off the board.
Referee Hutchinson indicates holding against the offense.
I mean, two referees threw it, so I'm going to give them that there was something there. But that's the second touchdown the Dolphins have had taken off the board because of penalties. Love the play call, though. You had Max Warner, a little delayed handoff, little wham block. Open up a huge hole. But here we go. So now it's going to be 2nd and 20 from the 25. 1:35 left. What are we doing? They got to take the penalty. It was a touchdown. So, all right, so here's where it's a spot penalty. So they called the hold at about the 6-yard line. So it'll come out to the 16. So it doesn't go back.
Okay.
If it's in front of the line of scrimmage, it's a spot foul. If it's behind the line of scrimmage, it goes back to the line of scrimmage. So they're going to put the ball down on the 16. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. Gordon, halfback right, goes in motion to the left, comes back again. Little eye candy for the Corliss defense. Maxwell Warner gets outside.
Max, Mr. Outside with the
he gets
wheels.
outside, little face mask, and these tackles are a little bit. There you go.
Here we go. Okay, yeah.
So that came from the umpire.
Oh.
So that will be half the distance and maybe a first down. So we'll have to see. So the run got them down to the 11. Now they're going to call. So there's going to be a personal foul late hit and then an unsportsman call on the coach for Corliss.
So half the distance again?
Sort this out, right. So the first penalty should take them down to about the 6, which wouldn't be a first down, and then the next penalty will take them down to the 3, which will be a first down. So I'm going to guess, prediction sure to go wrong, 1st and goal from the 3 with 1:26 left.
I'm with you on that, Tony.
In the quarter.
Let's see how long the refs will take to figure that out.
No. It's game one for everybody. Here we go. Personal foul. All right, so they got a face mask. So that's the first penalty. Then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the coach.
Looks like we're there
so
at the 3.
It's going to be 1st and goal on the 3. Where's the umpire? There he goes. Umpire's going to mark this off. So there's the first penalty. And then he's going to go to the second penalty. All right. So here we go. Lots of penalties in this second quarter. This second quarter's taken a long time. So 1st and goal from the 3.
Penalties against the defense. The first being a personal foul face mask. The second being a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
All right, so
Nice to see the Dolphins establish the run on this drive.
Well,
Hopefully we
here's
can
what
punch it
here's
in.
what I'd like to see: Von Conrad over Nick Dale, and let's just end this right now.
Need a touchdown.
Conrad in the shotgun, hands off to Yolich. Yolich in. Oh
Another
no! My
hold.
goodness gracious! Oh my goodness gracious! That's got to be our 7th hold this
quarter.
So 1st and goal from the 13. I mean, what are we at now? 3 touchdowns off the board because of penalties. And I'm not being funny. It's at least 6, if not 7 holding calls.
That sounds right.
So I'm not sure what's going on in the interior of that line. Or what the umpire is seeing, but he's obviously seeing something that he doesn't like, and we keep doing it. So let's reset. Minute 21. Dolphins lead 14-0. 1st and goal on the 13-yard line. Luke Yolich next to Von. Keeps it, slides up inside. Escapes the tackle, comes back around. Now we got another flag. Oh my goodness gracious! So Von had a gain. Von Conrad had a gain of 2 or 3. Now he's got a loss of 2, and there's a penalty. So the penalty came from the side judge. If we go backward again. But a broken play like that, I'm sure a receiver grabs somebody. I mean, we have done nothing but go backwards in this quarter. So it's against. It looks the way they're pointing. It's against Corliss. The referee's pointing toward the Corliss huddle. The flag was on the 16. No, now the referee's talking. No, it's against Whitney Young. They're going to move us back. So we're going to go to the 13. Another holding call.
Whitney Young.
So timeout, Whitney Young with 1 minute left.
Second charge, timeout.
So
I think Coach Finger is telling the linemen, stop holding.
Is that good? Is that good coaching?
I think
that's really good coaching.
Yeah. I was trying to do
tackle somebody.
I was trying to do a Norm Macdonald tribute there. I might not have pulled it off.
So the ball now rests at the 23. It's 1st and goal. I think we had this last time. It was 1st and goal from the 22.
This quarter is
taking a long time.
We're 1 hour. Game kicked off on time. It's 8:30 now. And a beautiful.
Yeah. So we had 1st and goal from the 22.
Okay.
On the last drive.
I was hoping we'd get some peanut butter jelly time again here at the timeout.
I'm hoping we get out of this quarter. All right, so let's see what we got drawn up here.
The Dolphins have 1st and goal to go from the 23.
Von Conrad in motion comes Duhan. Handoff to Yolich. Yolich
okay,
outside.
Here we are.
Don't hold. Yolich gets outside. No flags. Touchdown. Great job pulling by Nick Dale and not holding.
It was.
So 50 seconds left in the quarter. Luke Yolich with a 23-yard touchdown. 50 seconds to go. I can't even tell you how many plays that was. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go with, I think it was a 5-play drive. We snapped the ball 10 times.
4.5-star long snapper Ben Barrett.
60-yard drive.
Devon Bell. Solomon Bradley. Gosh,
Dude,
he's
I want
good.
to see that just set off the car alarm in the parking lot. So with 50 seconds left in the second quarter, that has taken a really long time. The Dolphins now lead 21-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, your score.
So I think that
Dolphins 21,
on the clock, that
Trojans
drive took
0.
2 minutes and 10 seconds. I think. It went 60 yards. The big positive play was the 30-yard pass to Will DeMille. And then there was multiple penalties. Too numerous to name, but Luke Yolich gets his first touchdown of the season. Solomon Bradley gets his third extra point of the season. There's 50 seconds left on the clock as the Dolphins get ready to kick this off.
Yeah, if anyone was driving a car down 103rd Street and the ball hit you about 50
Solomon Bradley.
yards, blame the Whitney Young.
So Kendall Lucas and Deshaun Barnes back deep again for the Trojans. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if this one's skidded along the ground a little bit. Last time Barnes had a really nice return brought back by a holding call. Dolphins are ready. Everybody's just got to stay in their lanes. Bradley, the run up, kick is in the air. They go the other way. Oh, they're going to let it hit the ground this time. It's going to go in the end zone. It's a touchback. So little miscommunication.
Oh, okay.
Barnes wanted, in high school, once it hits the end zone, it's dead.
I was excited there, Tony.
No, Barnes wanted Lucas to get it. Lucas wasn't close enough to it, and the ball bounced and rolled into the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Trojans. Now, I mean, here's the danger. They have a lot of speed out there, and Reed has shown the ability to throw this ball downfield. So Dolphins can't relax, right? You want to take this three-score lead into the locker room, not give Corliss a touchdown here and the ball to start the third quarter. So we'll see that they were warming up with some 5 receiver formations.
1st and 10, Trojans.
So they send 2 to the bottom of the screen, 3 to the top. So you got five receivers out, empty backfield. Reed gets the ball. He's going to run it up the middle. Design quarterback draw. Oh, you know what? That wasn't Reed. That's why. It was number 3, Teague. So designed quarterback draw that time. First down.
Lucas, the ball carrier.
Out to the clock will stop for a second.
Good enough.
They're going to put it down on the 34. So Dolphins didn't recognize that it wasn't Reed in there. Neither did I. So last time out for Corliss. .33 seconds left. I think the Dolphins.
3rd and final charge timeout.
The Dolphins may have 1 timeout left. I'm not sure.
I think they have 1 left.
So we'll see what Corliss draws up here. Coach Brookshire out on the field right now talking to his charges. Dolphins were geared up for 5 receivers, started dropping back. So you got Teague still in the game. So we haven't seen him throw the ball yet. So they bring the 3 receivers down to the bottom of the formation this time. Dolphins out here with 6 defensive backs. That's stuff to watch for Aaron Champion. Champion on this right defensive end. He's up against Willis. He gets around, so run again.
Another quarterback draw. Oh,
so no timeout. So that's going to run out the clock unless they can get up and get lined up really fast. It worked the first time when you surprised them, but that's a 3-yard gain. Clock continues to run, 16-15. So you got Reed back in the game. 4 receivers, 9. They're going to get 1 more snap off. Reed drops straight back, looks to his left, goes short. Out of bounds. Barnes with a nice catch at the 40. 41. So they're going to bring up 3rd and 3. 2.2 seconds. So Dolphins just have to make sure they tackle. I got to tell you, look at Taylon Reed next time he runs out. He's got a very old school, very tiny. He almost looks like he's not wearing shoulder pads. 3 receivers at the top of the formation, 1 to the bottom, running back in the backfield with Reed. Snap is low. He gets up. He's just going to throw it up. The period ends. Ball went out of bounds. So that is going to mercifully bring us to the end of the second quarter with your Whitney Young Dolphins leading 21-0. We're going to take a short break, and hopefully we have some special guests when we come back.
Corliss Trojans 0.
Getting comments from everybody. Everybody's got a. We are back. It is halftime. Let me fix that. It is halftime here at Gately Stadium with possibly the longest second quarter of the season already taking place.
I think we're an hour and 10. We are an hour and 10 since kickoff. The first quarter was pretty clean. It probably took 15 minutes.
Oh, it was fast, right?
The second quarter was, I think, heading towards an hour.
Yeah, I mean, there was one incompletion in the first quarter on that first Corliss drive, and after that, it just got ugly. Let's recap for everybody. The Dolphins took the opening kickoff, and on 8 plays drove 64 yards. From 24 yards out, number 23, Maxwell Warner, scored his first touchdown of the year. PAT was good from Solomon Bradley. Dolphins led 7-0. After a 3-and-out by the Corliss Trojans, Dolphins took over the ball on the 34-yard line, and in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, in 2 minutes and 32 seconds, drove the ball with the final score coming on a pass from Von Conrad to Quinn Duhan from 7 yards out. Once again, Solomon Bradley was good with the extra point. Dolphins took a lead at the end of the first quarter that was 14-0. Then, Jack, it got a little ugly. So Corliss on their next drive, the first drive of the second quarter, scoreboard just went out, went for it on 4th down, didn't make it, so the Dolphins took over on the 27, didn't go forward. Then Joseph Gray Jr. had an interception. Dolphins started with the ball on the Corliss 31-yard line. Didn't go forward.
We did not.
Fortunately, Corliss hasn't really been able to get much going. Their biggest play was that last quarterback sneak to end the second quarter. But then finally, the Dolphins stopped Corliss. Corliss had a nice punt down to the Dolphin 40-yard line. So the Dolphins took over with 2:36 remaining, and I'm not sure how many yards they actually drove. I mean, from start to finish, it was 60, but I think they probably gained 130 yards over the course of that drive. And then finally, Luke Yolich punched it in on 1st and goal from the 23-yard line. Solomon Bradley, again, good with the kick, made it 21-0. So let's break this into 2 parts. Impressions of the first quarter.
The first quarter, the Dolphins came out very clean, running the ball with some nice short pass options from Von Conrad. Pleasantly surprised by that. Very clean, no penalties in the first quarter. And then we hit some kind of twilight zone. Something happened, and our commentary and everything just turned sideways. But the first quarter was I think, exactly what we wanted, a great way to start the year.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to talk to Coach Finger and Coach Boucher about these holding calls. I'm not sure if the referees are being overly strict because it's the first game, or if there is some, Corliss has some big players on their defensive line, and if our offensive line is just trying to get used to the speed of play. And to be fair, a couple of the holding calls have been on receivers on the outside,
Sure. Yeah.
on plays. But I think what's really impressive. So let's flip sides. On the defensive side, basically after the first series, Corliss abandoned the run. So what do you think about how our back seven, how our defensive backs are playing right now?
I think they've held up very well. Some nice pressure on the quarterback, some good discipline. I think we had, when we were not possibly live, Maxwell Warner had a really good pass breakup on a long pass. So the quarterback has an arm. They have some good receivers. So I think we're holding up quite well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's been some deep fly patterns from these Trojans, and every one of them has been closely guarded, and the Dolphin was in better position to catch the football than anybody from Corliss. I have to go back and think. So there was a couple short completions down here in the second quarter on their second drive where they just kind of threw some quick wide receiver screens. The only big play they came back to Elliott Turner down here. He caught the ball over the middle, and then they tried to go to him again, and he was about ready to miss the next 3 games because there was 3 Dolphins if he had tried to catch that football. So I think overall the defense is playing really solidly right now. This is a very talented Corliss team. Definitely has some speed on the outside. Taylon Reed can throw the ball. I mean, he's got a nice, easy motion. That ball just jumps out of his hand. But also some nice pressure from the Dolphins. A full sack from Aaron Champion. And then we'll have to see what the coaching staff does. There was 3 Dolphins that met at Reed later in the second quarter. And see who they give that sack to. But I think, defensively, the defensive line has been holding up. We'll just have to see. It's going to be more of the same in the second quarter or in the third quarter with Corliss just throwing the ball. So I don't think our special guests are coming, Jack.
Oh, we're trying to get some class of 22 Dolphins from Bloomington, Indiana.
Well, so much for our special guests. We tried to line them up. I'm glad I spent all that time trying to make it work. So we're going to take another quick break. There's 9 minutes left in this halftime. The Dolphins lead 21-0. They are relaxing in the end zone to our left, which is the north side of the stadium. And Jack and I will be right back after this brief moment of silence. All right, we're back now because our special guest just called. Let's see if we can make this work. Hello, special guest. Hello, special guest. P, can you hear me? No? Pat? Okay. We'll have to re-examine our special guest. It's not working like I thought it would work. I thought we could do it. But we'll figure it out. We'll get him. All right. He's going to keep calling until if he calls, we'll try it one more time. But sorry for everybody at home. Technology. All right, we'll try it one more time. Hey, can you hear me? All right. No. Hello. Yeah. So they're not. We're not. I can't hear him through the thing like I thought we can. So we'll get our. Hold on. We'll work on getting our special halftime guests later in the season. We just might have to get them. We're going to have to pay to get them up here so they can do it on TV.
We'll do that. We had some good. Well, Tony, thank you for continuing to broadcast Whitney Young football. We had good nostalgia over the 2021 team, which was really I think Coach Finger's second year and a chance to show what the team had. And since then, I think we're maybe 70 players now, so we're up maybe 20 from then. So a decent run in the playoffs in 21, and now kind of an off year 22. Last year's city championship made the city championship, so the program is really building.
Yeah, it's going in the right direction, and the 22 really was a blip because I'm not sure what happened. There was only one senior, the great Alex Dale, was the only 2023 senior that really played at all, and I felt really bad for those guys with the season they had, and they lost a couple close games. But the benefit now is you look at Nick Dale and you look at Juan Cepeda. Both those guys played as freshmen. Juan Cepeda was actually the center as a freshman in the 2021 season. So, Coach Finger has done a great job not only making sure that the freshman class stays up, but recruiting athletes from other sports. He got Andrew Latham back this year, who played as a freshman, was hurt as a sophomore, but he's been a lacrosse athlete for 3 years. And I was talking to him before the game, and he's just fired up to get out here and play a little football, hit somebody without a long lacrosse stick in his hand. But yeah, the history, you look at Maxwell Warner, who came as a track star to Whitney Young and is now a football star. It really started coaches the COVID year, which was spring of 2021, with Tyson Lieto, who's now a basketball star at the University of Tampa, and got him to come out. And Tyson made a couple big plays in the couple games that we got to play that year. And then with the different coaches' blessings, you've seen some basketball stars. I mean, Luke Yolich out here is an all-city baseball player, all-state, all-academic baseball player. So you have coaches done a great job kind of mining the other athletic programs at Whitney Young to get some football athletes out here, and they've been huge contributors. So we haven't seen. I'm not sure. I meant to ask him when we were doing the interview who he's got on the list for this year, but I'm sure he will bring them along.
No, it's been great to see, and then with a school like world famous Whitney M. Young, you're able to find talent in a lot of different areas, and glad that the football program is getting the notoriety and getting more.
Well, I mean, and you go all the way back to 2017 was when the program disbanded, right? They had played 3 or 4 games, and then they had a forfeit the rest of the season, and there was some doubt at that point whether Dr. Kenner was going to bring the program back, and we got Coach Millett in for that first year. And he did a great job re-recruiting all the kids that came out. Got a ton of freshmen to come out and play. And Coach Finger was an assistant on that team. So, and then fortunately when Coach Millett went over to Hope to coach that program, Coach Finger was able to move up into the head coaching slot, and he's just done an amazing job, right? The the seasons are a little bit crazy. His first year, his first 2 games were against Kenwood, who finished the season 8-1, and Peyton, who finished the season 9-0, or 7-1 and 8-0 because of the work stoppage. And Kenwood's only loss was to Peyton. So those were the first 2 games, and we went 4-4 the rest of the season. We would have made the playoffs that year, except for the work stoppage, and we only had 4 wins, not 5. Then the next year,
just the spring season.
Next year was COVID, so you had the spring season, and then he made the playoffs in the season of 2021, and made the playoffs last year. So, this program is definitely on the rise. When you look at it, right, probably the top 4 programs in the Chicago Public League, in no specific order at the moment, are Morgan Park, Kenwood, Simeon, and Phillips, and Whitney's looking to move up. Whitney Young's looking to move up to that next level. The challenge. So there's 3 new teams in the Red Conference this year that earned promotion. Noble Johnson, who we play next week, Peyton, and Lincoln Park are all back up in the Red after playing in the White last year. So, it's a huge year. We have you have a little easier start to the schedule this year. You don't have Hope and Morgan Park in your first 3 games, but the end of the season, where you got Lane Tech, Westinghouse, Taft, is going to be real hard, and that's going to be, the improvements that you have to make from now until then are going to be the difference between us getting in the playoffs again and not. But the big conversation over the summer for all the public league teams is what can they do in the IHSA playoffs, and last year, really, Morgan Park was the only team that won 2 games. So it's just a big challenge right now with the facilities and the coaching. And really, the biggest thing is a lot of these suburban schools have feeder programs where you have kids as Pop Warner athletes playing in the same systems as they're going to play in when they get to high school. And it's a huge advantage. So the next step, what everybody's looking for is, can these top-tier public school systems or public school programs win? So, I had some coaching changes. So Coach Cinque Turner left Kenwood, went back to his alma mater at Simeon. I mean, Simeon's always been a powerhouse in public league football. Coach Turner brought Kenwood in his 7 years there, from an average program to one of the top programs in the state. Phillips has always been tough. And then Morgan Park right now is just stacked. They have to be, the favorite to win the regular season of the Red Conference, and then you get into the public league playoffs are a little bit skewed, because if you win your first game in the IHSA playoffs, then you're kind of out of the public league playoffs. So, it's Morgan Park was the best team in the city last year. Kenwood won the city championship. So it is what it is, right? It's just the way it has to be done.
And Morgan Park currently ranked 15th in Mike O'Brien's preseason Super 25.
Yeah. And there's some big games. Phillips, go back to the first page. Phillips has a big game tomorrow against a ranked team, I think, against Brother Rice. So, they're going up. They're accepting the challenge. They had a coaching change this year, so we'll see how they do. But those 4 teams always seem to be at the top of the Red Conference in the Chicago Public League. And now Whitney Young's an up and comer. The last couple years, Taft has been up there. Also, Taft has some amazing athletes. They got a kid named Diesel, plays linebacker, probably the greatest football name.
It's pretty good
ever.
Diesel McFadden.
Diesel. He was born to play football. So, right? We've kind of split the series the last couple years with Westinghouse. Now they lost they didn't lose him. I know where he is. He graduated and he's playing basketball. But this might be a little bit of a rebuilding year for them, just because they graduated so many of their amazing athletes that they had. But yeah, Lane Tech. It'll be interesting to see what Lane Tech does. They like running that veer, man, and that is, it's like playing a service academy. It's hard to stop. You don't see it. You don't practice against it. So they'll eat up the clock. They'll just run you to death. And it was wild. I was looking at it because I had nothing else to do one day. And it's relying on Max Preps that are in the last 20 years, because Max Preps goes back to 2004. We've played Lane 12 times in those 20 years. And that's the opponent we've played the most.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because of the relegation that happens in the public league, and different things. So we don't have a rivalry. Obviously Lane Tech and Taft, the kids would tell you are our 2 biggest rivals. But, you've played your biggest rival 12 times in 20 years. It's just kind of weird. And you played Taft less than that.
Now, looking forward in the schedule, I'm one of my favorite games will be the Friday Night Lights, Dolphins at Lane Tech, September 20th.
Get there. You got to
a
line
fun
up
game.
at like 4:30.
It's going to have.
get
It's going to
into
be
that
tough to
one.
get some tickets. So maybe bribes a Lane Tech student if you know one.
And get there early because security getting into there for that game is not bad or not good. All right, both teams are on the field. There's 35 seconds left. Corliss is going to receive this kickoff. Always a threat. I am going to assume that we're going to see Kendall Lucas and Deshaun Barnes back there. The Dolphins will be kicking right to left on your TV screen, which is south to north here at Gately Stadium. It is just a beautiful night, not the heat of Monday and Tuesday.
Beautiful night here on 103rd Street. 77 degree. Tom Skilling weather update. 77.
Beautiful.
Degrees. Light winds.
So let's see what Coach Finger talked to his Dolphins about in the locker room. It has to be about cleaning up some of those penalties. We ended up taking 3 touchdowns off the board. I think, right, a touchdown on each of the 2 drives that we didn't score on. So Solomon Bradley out there ready. Line judge hands him a ball. Lucas and Barnes back deep to receive this kickoff. Remember, the last kickoff was a touchback. Barnes returned the other 2. So Dolphins need to have some sure tackling. Again, right now, this is all about not letting Corliss back into the football game. You need to keep them deep in their territory and make them march the ball 70, 80 yards. Bradley kicks off. Lucas has the ball at the 10. Oh, geez, a whiz. There's a big hit over there. So Lucas caught the ball on the run at about the 10, brings it out to the 20. Where are they going to mark it? 25 and some. Now that's one of the reasons they changed the kickoff rules in the NFL.
Right,
that was a giant collision out there. So they're going to put the ball at the 26. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from there. 26. Dolphins come out with their 3 down linemen. They put an extra cornerback in. Really, Jolich is the only linebacker. Jolich and Gray in there as linebackers. Everybody else guarding a receiver. Pistol formation for Corliss. Reed takes a snap. It's low. He hands off. Stacked up right at the 27. Gray in there on the tackle. Who is down at the bottom of the pile? Looks like Juan Cepeda might have been at the bottom of that pile. They're going to give him a yard. It is going to be 2nd and 9. So Corliss went back to the running game that they had all but abandoned. No, you can hear the coaches yelling behind us that the formation is messed up. Corliss a little bit confused. No play clock here. The back judge keeps it. Same pistol formation, 3 receivers, 2 to the top. Reed drops straight back. Pressure from Whitney Young. He throws off his back foot. Ball. Oh. Joseph Gray.
Yes.
Joseph Gray just had too much time to think about that. Boy, he was the only player there. He was thinking pick 6.
He had some daylight.
He was looking at his 2nd interception of the night. So, I guess we didn't clean that up. It'll be a 1st down. So 42, is that where they put it? Yeah. So again, we didn't see that. We apologize. We were looking at Joseph Gray. Too many penalties.
I think, we're pushing 100 yards.
Oh, way more than that. I mean, we have 7 or 8 holding calls. Plus a chop block, now plus that. I mean, it's over 100. 4 receivers in the formation. Snap, inside handoff. Dolphins are there to stop it.
Joseph Gray again, nice tackle.
Gray and looked like Cepeda. Brings up second down. A lot of eye candy there from the Trojans. We don't have a 4 on the roster. 4 is the person going in motion. Reed brings the play back out. So not a lot of success in the running game here for the Trojans. They're going to have to go to the air. 3 receivers at the bottom of the formation. Running back next to Reed. Quick screen pass.
Turner.
Quinn Duhan out, or Barry Gordon III out quickly to break up that. It's going to be a 1-yard gain. Try to get Turner out on the edge. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from the 43. Yeah, they're just trying to get some of their speed guys out on the edge. But the Dolphins back 4 are having none of it. So Nick Dale in the middle right now. Oshevsky playing the left tackle. So we got Champion out here. So Champion's on the left edge with no receiver there. So he's going to get a free run at the quarterback. See what Willis does. Willis comes out, gets Champion. Reed steps up in the pocket. Nice grab by Lucas. Lucas all the way down to the 41-yard line. Great throw by Reed. Reed stepped up in the pocket.
It was a nice play. Pot of Dolphins brought him down.
Great protection from the Corliss offensive line. They're going to put the ball down, excuse me, at the 41. So right now Corliss has 2 first downs on this drive. They've moved the ball from the 26 down to the Whitney Young 41-yard line. Part of it benefited from the roughing the quarterback 15-yard penalty. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Reed. Oh. Here, you just hear the coaches yelling.
Joseph Gray, almost fortuitous.
So Dominique, number 6, cut off his pattern. Reed's down there talking to him right now. You heard the coaches saw something they like, and Reed went to the right spot. Reed went right where the coaches wanted him to, but Dominique pulled up outside the numbers, and Reed led him inside the numbers. So you got 2nd and 10 from the 41. Obviously, the Trojans have seen something in this passing game they like. Same formation. So they got both safeties for Whitney Young shading to the right side of the formation. 1-on-1 down here with Maxwell Warner. Little inside handoff this time. Over to the left side.
13, Kevin Wilson.
Wilson thought he was going to bump it outside for a second. Picked up. Oh, he ended up losing a yard. So 3rd and 11 from the 42. How did he lose a yard? So here you go, 3rd and 11 from the 42. You got to assume this is 2-down territory for the Trojans, trailing 21-0, 7:40 left in the game. The clock is running. They need to get to about the 31-yard line for a first down right here. Still with the running back, this time to the left of Reed. 2 receivers top and bottom. The snap, Reed drops straight back. No penalty that time. Reed got run over by MJ Woods. We got a Dolphin down, maybe a little cramp. You know what's disconcerting is Turner has on yellow gloves, and every time he raises his hands, I'm like, wait, is there a flag? So it's going to be 4th down. Great pressure from MG Woods that time. Didn't get a penalty as he pushed Reed down. So it's going to be 4th and 11 from the 42-yard line. I'm surprised, as nice as it is for us sitting up here, it is warm for the kids down there, that this is the first cramp we've had.
I agree. It's pretty
it's
pretty
still a little humid, yeah. So this drive started on the 26-yard line, benefited from a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty, then a 19-yard pass play from Reed to Barnes. Got the ball to the 41-yard line. They've lost 1 yard on this series, so it's going to be 4th down for the Trojans. They got to get to the 31-yard line. Clock is stopped at 7:18. Can't get a number for who's down there.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Cramping up. I'm telling you, I'm going to start a uniform number consulting company. The light here at Gately, the orange on the blue for the Dolphins is just super hard to read.
I'm trying to be a good color commentary.
Barry Gordon was cramping up a little bit.
For you, Tony. It's hard when you can't see the numbers.
No, it's tough. You kind of got to look at their shoes and so you lost Barry Gordon for this key 4th down play. 3 down linemen for the Dolphins. Warner and Yolich as linebackers. Everybody else spread around the field. You got Andrew Latham out there as a safety. Reed, low snap, drops straight back. Big rush from the Dolphins. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to have to run. Stopped. He's going to end up losing about 2 yards on 4th down. Just great pressure from the 3 interior linemen. Nobody open. Great coverage from the Dolphins. So a turnover on downs for the Trojans.
1st down Dolphins.
So that took 4 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. The Trojans got down to the 41-yard line, but the drive stalled. They're going to put it down on the 43, so that'll be a tackle for a loss of 1 yard. Now we got, I'm not sure what we got.
We have a Dolphin down again?
Oh, yeah, another Dolphin on the sideline. So we got an official's timeout with 7:08 to go.
It was nice to see the Dolphins defense stiffen there. Some momentum had shifted a bit to Corliss, so nice to stop them.
And great pressure a couple times from the Dolphins' interior line. MJ Woods on 3rd down got in there, got a knockdown on the quarterback. I don't want to speculate at a number, but whoever it is kind of rolled off the field. So I assume it's another cramp.
I think a cramp.
But I don't want to guess at numbers for anybody. So here comes the Dolphins offense for the first time in the 3rd quarter. Von Conrad leads his Chargers out. Maxwell Warner next to him. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Now this you have to see, this is where you missed Barry Gordon. Little sweep to the left side. Conrad changes hands, going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
How about a whistle?
They're blowing it.
Yeah.
They're trying. Now we got here. We're going to start. Now we got a Corliss player down with cramps. So yeah, this could be the longest 3rd quarter.
That 2nd quarter was the longest of all time. So let's hope not.
Yeah. So the thing with those plays we're going to have to look at, Jack, as the season goes on. Von's got to come straight down the line. He's taking the great circle route right now. And granted, there was some penetration by this Corliss defense, but he can't cede that yardage before he even starts. So you had Duhan in motion. Duhan came in motion behind the quarterback, kind of as a pitch man. But if you're not going to pitch him, you'd like to give him a little bit of time to get in front of you and be an extra blocker out there, because otherwise you're playing a man short. So if we're keeping score on this is 3 cramps on the last 3 plays. 2 for the Dolphins and 1 now for Corliss. You got to wonder. So we mentioned it. Coach Finger mentioned at the top of the show. It was super hot here Monday and Tuesday. Super hot here Monday and Tuesday. The teams couldn't practice outside, so they had to practice inside. So I wonder if that just messes up your conditioning a little bit. So referee winds the clock. We're going to say that Conrad ran a whole long way to pick up no yards. 2nd down and 10 from the 43. I like to see him go back to the little passing play. So now you got only 1 receiver to the top. Duhan in motion again.
There he is.
Flip to Duhan. Duhan's looking for his opening. Cuts it upfield up to the 50-yard line.
Nice.
Gets
Quinn.
inside, spins around down. Inside Trojans territory down to the 47-yard line. Going to be a first down. And you just see the weapon that he is.
I think you called that play brilliantly, Tony. Same play to the other side.
There wasn't a whole lot of room for Duhan there, but he ended up picking up 14 yards on that little toss from Conrad. So now clock continues to run. We're under 6 minutes.
Another Trojan cramping. Thankfully got off the field.
It's just, I mean, it's humid. It's going to happen all night. Maxwell Warner takes a handoff to the left side, cuts through the middle, gets a big hole all the way down to the 30-yard line, inside the 30 down to the 29. So another first down for the Dolphins, and now you see that line starting to exert itself again.
Well, much more like the first quarter now. Nice to see.
And you can see, good to see number 52, Javarian Paxton coming back in. He was the player that cramped up. But you can see if you look at the Trojans' defensive line now, some of their bigger guys that they had in there are now out. So now the weight difference is increasing. So the Dolphins are just going to keep leaning on these smaller defensive linemen for the Trojans. A lot of conversation going on in the Trojan backfield too. Conrad leads everybody up. 2 receivers to the top. Takes a handoff. Keeps it. He's taking some big hits tonight. I'm going to say that's no gain. 2nd down and 10 from the 29. Looked like Barry Gordon was back out there for that play, but he's now back on the sideline. Play comes in from the sideline. Maxwell Warner. Next, Devon Conrad. This time 2 receivers to the top. Barsma to the bottom. Outside goes Warner. Warner
Mr. Outside.
cuts inside the 30. That's about it. Great play over there by the Trojans defense. Nice one-on-one tackle. Looked like Spraggins that time on the tackle. Brings up a 3rd down for the Dolphins. 3rd down and about 7. 3rd down and about 8. So let's see if Coach Eddie goes back to the air this time. Far right hash, so you have plenty of room on the left side. Kind of got to watch where Duhan lines up, I think. So Barsma's coming down to the Corliss side, to the wide side of the field. Nobody in the slot on this side. 2 receivers to the Whitney Young side. Jumped. Nope, they got back. Handoff to Warner. Warner takes it back to the right side. First down.
First down.
Inside the 15-yard line. We'll call it about the 14, but another great run from Warner. Showing really great vision right now.
Nice play on the 3rd and 8 to pick up the first down.
They're going to put the ball on the 15, or on the 13, so we'll call
Good enough for a Dolphins first down.
it's a gain of 14. So the Dolphins in business again. Clock continues to run. 3 minutes and counting. 3 receivers to the bottom of the formation this time. 1 receiver to the top. Will DeMille on the far outside. Jolich this time takes the handoff. He goes straight up the middle, holding call. It's coming back.
I thought we were going to alternate quarters on the penalties.
Well, it's only the
marker on the field.
So Jolich a little slow getting up over there. So we're going to have another official timeout, but it's going to be holding against Whitney Young, so it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 24. Just cramps are coming fast and furious right now. This is why it's good you have with the depth that Coach Finger talked about.
For sure.
I mean, it's one of those things you just can't drink enough water once you start. I mean, you got 15 pounds of gear on and your helmet, and you're just going to start sweating.
Terrible feeling.
Oop, I never took halftime off. Oh, well. So while we wait, so next week we're back at Rockne Stadium, first home game of the year against Butler Johnson. Johnson's one of those teams we talked about that got a promotion this year, so their first year in the red. Oh no, we have Perspectives next week.
We do.
Sorry, Perspectives. So Perspectives was one of the teams that got relegated. So they're now playing in the white conference. So you recall we played them last year. Young Bennett Newman had 3 touchdown passes.
He did.
Defense only allowed a late touchdown and 2-point conversion. So again, it's really tough for a lot of these teams to maintain the talent, because 3 years ago, Perspectives made the state playoffs and had a really, really good team, had some high-quality players. It's just tough. If you don't have a pipeline, you're kind of seeing what walks in the door first day of school. Perspectives, another co-op.
So yeah,
another
that
program.
will be our last non-division. Would you call it a division or a conference in the red? Non-conference games, and then we end with 7 straight in the red.
Yeah, Johnson's week 3, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was Perspectives, Hyde Park, and I can't remember who went down to play in the white. So they're still tending to the player down in the far corner right, like on the 3-yard line. The Corliss team lined up, huddled around their coach at the 25. Dolphins on their sideline at the 25. Ball rests on the 24, where it will be 1st and 20 for the Dolphins. 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Now, to your point, in the red this year, I would like to play Walter Payton, Lincoln Park. Hopefully everyone can stay up and we can get some of that.
Yeah,
those games are fun. Would be fun.
It's not funny, but the cramps, whoever's cramping over there, they just really kind of got them to get off the field so we can get this going.
Yeah, if this continues, I think if the players are fine, maybe wheelbarrow.
Something.
Load them in.
All right, so the Dolphins kind of, we don't want anybody to get hurt, right? And we're not, we take that very seriously, but it's absolutely taken all the enthusiasm out of this crowd. That, between the penalty-ridden second quarter and the cramp-filled third quarter.
1st and 10.
1st and 20.
Question, 1st and 20.
So,
Football at the 24-yard line.
DeMille, Barry Gordon in the game. Quinn Duhan. Maxwell Warner next to Von Conrad. Duhan in motion. Inside handoff to Warner. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Play.
So a little eye candy with Duhan running across the formation left to right, and then just a quick handoff to Warner, and he took off.
Like a rocket.
Like, he can't be the Rocket. You need a different nickname for him.
Yeah, well, he's Mr. Outside. That was an inside run. So Mr. Outside just took off so quickly.
He is the ball carrier.
So they put the ball down on the 14. So 2nd and 10. Nice 10-yard pickup from Maxwell Warner. Clock continues to run. Hopefully we're at a minute 52. Dolphins come out in the same formation. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Maxwell Warner next to Von Conrad. Outside handoff this time. Warner tries to get around the edge. He cuts it up, jumps. He gets down inside the first down. So it's going to be a new series of downs for the Dolphins. Clock continues to run. The referee's making sure that bad boy runs.
Don't mind it.
So that ball is spotted down at the 2-yard line, so a 12-yard pickup. 1st and goal for the Dolphins.
Nice run. He's a fearless runner.
And he's got great vision so far early in the season. He's finding holes. That was very patient. Took that all the way out to the right side. Tight formation this time. Into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown
had to
Dolphins.
beat some penetration.
Touchdown Dolphins.
But he was able to get in there.
Nice run.
So we're going to give him a 3-yard run. 2nd touchdown of the night. There is 53 seconds left on the clock. The Dolphins are out to a 27-0 lead, pending the extra point.
Long snapper Ben Barrett, 4.5 star. Placed by Von.
Great
Conrad.
hold that time by Von.
Solomon Bradley with the extra point.
The kick is good.
A 10-play drive. And they took 6 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock. A drive that started on the 43-yard line after another great 4th down stand. So that one, we'll say 10 plays, 57 yards, 6 minutes, 52 seconds. Maxwell Warner with his 2nd touchdown of the night from 3 yards out. Solomon Bradley with the extra point. Makes it 28-0 for your Whitney Young Dolphins. So another opportunity for the law firm of Lucas and Barnes. Oh, no, we're going to switch it up this time. See what happens when I try and be funny? Number 1, Elliott Turner, and number 4, who we don't have on our roster. I apologize. So Turner, number 1, is to the lower side of your screen. Number 4 to the upper side of your screen. All the previous kickoffs had all been Lucas, number 2, and Barnes, number 9. Bradley with the run-up. The kick goes short this time. Ball's going to bounce at about the 20.
Get
it's a
there.
live ball.
Woo!
Whitney Young football. Referee did not hesitate at all. Whitney Young football on the little squib kick.
I don't know if that was planned, Tony, but if it was, that was brilliant.
That was 100% planned. That was perfectly executed. The short man left. He should have been him getting the ball. But yeah, no, that Bradley positioned that perfectly. So 53.
First and 10 with the football at the 24.
Nicely done. I maybe would have saved that for the lane game.
Well,
but
I
like
mean,
it.
You got to practice it a lot. You know, it's easy to do against yourself. So practicing it live.
Yeah, that was nice. Almost like a 7-iron in there.
Yeah. Well, for you a wedge, but. All right, the Dolphins in business again. Ball lays at the 24-yard line. 53 seconds left to go. Dolphins lead this football game 28-0. It's a new running back. I don't have a number. We got a timeout from Corliss.
Looks like they had only 10,
Yeah,
10
they didn't
on
have
the
enough
field.
players.
Yeah.
So, new running back in for the Dolphins is going to be number 4, Aaron Champion. So Coach Finger showing off his depth. So you might have seen the end of Maxwell Warner for tonight. You know,
I would think so.
Might come back out on defense, but at this point, I think if you're Coach Finger, you try and get some of those second string guys in that you know you're going to need as the season goes on. Give your first string guys a rest. As we said, it's extremely humid out here. So we'll have to pay attention as we got there. Von Conrad's still the quarterback. Looks like the offensive line is still in that huddle around Coach Bobby Boucher. Wrong movie. Coach Eddie Boucher. Wrong movie. Sorry, Coach.
Well, this is a night where you need a good water boy. I hope we have one.
All right, so the Dolphins come over the ball. Let's see if we can get you some numbers. Gray still in the game, bottom of the screen. Quinn Duhan in the slot to the top. Aaron Champion. Barry Gordon still goes in motion. Conrad drops back deep over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. No. They're calling him down inside the 1 yard line. And we got another cramp situation. Quinn Duhan with a great catch, ball over the middle. Just lost his balance as he caught the ball, tried to dive into the end zone.
Mach 5, Quinn Duhan.
So great pass, great catch. But it's going to be a 23-yard gain. Quinn has a cramp as he fell into the end zone, so we're going to have another delay in the game. Love coming to Gately because if you look at the north end of the stadium, Jack, those guys are having a little
tailgate.
They're having a little tailgate, little cookout.
We got some barbecue going.
Got their cars parked out there.
Yeah.
See the smoke from the grills. Got a great view into that end zone.
That's fun.
Our only regular season trip down here, right?
Correct. Yes.
We don't get to come back, so we have games at Rockney. Obviously, we go to Lane Tech for 2.
2 at Lane.
We play Lane at Lane and Kenwood at Lane.
Mm-hmm. At Westinghouse.
At Westinghouse. Always a fun place to play. You never know if their clock is working or not.
That's right.
It's always a challenge. So the Dolphins are going to have to use some different players. You got 3 or 4 starters now that have cramp issues. It just happens if you stretch the wrong way, your leg, your calf tightens up. It's hard to get it loose until you have a day or two to drink some water. Only bad thing about tonight is these kids have to go to school tomorrow. Have a long weekend to recover, though.
They do. The next cramp, we can go over maybe Dolphins at the next level.
Oh, there you go.
Barry Newman prepared some notes. I might
give credit to Bennett Newman. I'm not sure. I mean,
Bennett Newman down in Bloomington, Indiana.
It's a you got 5 or 6 Dolphins down there. It's probably more than that, but Conrad under center pushes in little bush push.
Nice drive. Touchdown.
Von Conrad with his first touchdown of the season. 1 yard gain. So that was a 19-second drive.
That's more like it, Dolphins.
There is still 34 seconds on the clock. Always makes me nervous when somebody wants to tell me something. So what did we say? We said 19 seconds. There's 34 seconds left. 2 plays. 24 yards. We got a flag on.
Maybe a.
Uh-oh. Don't mess with my guy Solomon Bradley's extra point.
No, we got to keep the streak going.
12. 1. The referee's got to be tired, too. I'm not sure what the call is here. It came in the Dolphins' backfield. I wonder if somebody was chirping. I should know the referee's name by now. The PA guy said it long enough. No.
Unsportsmanlike on
Corliss.
the Trojans.
With an injection.
And referee Hutchinson indicates a foul against the defense for unsportsmanlike conduct. The yardage as a result of this penalty will be enforced on the kick.
We have a coach kicked out?
I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, if that's Coach Brookshire, that's his second unsportsmanlike, so it would be. I think you're allowed 2.
So Dolphins extra point team. Ben Barrett, long snapper, 4.5 stars. Solomon Bradley kicker. Vaughn Conner with the hold. Good snap. Kicked into the tailgate. It's kind of fun also.
Yeah, got to get our kicking ball back. So I think we'll have to see. This might be 35 might get you a running clock in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
It might. So 19 seconds on that drive, 24 yards. Von Conrad all over it. A 23.5-yard pass to Quinn Duhan and a 1-yard run to score his first, might be his first career varsity touchdown. I don't remember him
That sounds right.
scoring last year. So congratulations to Von Conrad on his first career varsity touchdown. Solomon Bradley going to have the benefit of kicking off at the Corliss 45-yard line. Corliss coaches bringing their whole team around, giving them a little pep talk. Yeah, tough. I mean, this is a tough start game for them, much like us having to go play Hope, right? They're punching up. Had a really good season last year, 5-5. I'm not really sure who they lost off of that team. It was great. Coach Brookshire was very helpful sending over the roster. Reed is back. I'm not sure if he was the starting quarterback last year. Obviously, Devin Willis back, the all-city lineman. Solomon Bradley the kick. He's going to kick this through the back of the end zone. So touchback.
Oh.
Yeah, this is going to get chippy. I hope it's a running clock because this might get a little bit chippy.
I have an idea next time, if I'm not on the broadcast, to be the retriever of the Dolphins' ball in the tailgate area.
Yeah.
Just get some barbecue and beers out there. That might be a job for a dad.
It's definitely
next time we're down here.
Definitely a job for a dad. All right, let's see. I'm not sure. They haven't started running the clock yet. I'm not sure if it's 40 or 35. So let's see. Still got some Dolphin starters out there.
Looks like we still have the starters in.
Some couple different players. Reed still in at quarterback. Doesn't have his mouthpiece in. That's a penalty. Good pass, good grab. Dolphins come running to the ball. Coach is getting a little excited up there. Lucas with the catch. About 6 yards. I apologize if anybody heard that at home.
Coach is a little excited.
Coach not happy.
It's going to be the end of the third quarter.
It's chippy. It's tough when it's a hot night and you're. There we have the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 36 minutes in the book, your Whitney Young Dolphins lead 35-0. The fourth quarter coming up.
This is the end of the third period.
So hopefully this goes. The referees keep the flags in their pockets.
Yeah, hopefully
we have no more cramping issues.
Hopefully everyone can stay healthy and we get a nice, maybe some second teamers in.
Yeah, we want to see who's trying to get numbers for everybody. Want to get everybody a mention who's in the game. Andrew Latham's out there on defense. Yeah, orange numbers against blue jerseys in bad light is
it's kind of tough.
Not my favorite thing. Let's see. Shout them out if you got them. Definitely need some new guys on the defensive line. Yeah, so you got a new linebacking core. We'll try and get everybody numbers. Yeah, so it looks like you pretty much got all second string out there. Coaching staff for Corliss talking to the referee. Well, guys, relax a little bit. We're not going yet. The Dolphins are all fired up to get going. So they gave him 7 yards on that. Pitch and catch. Clock should wind. All right, we're ready. Reed waits a snap. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. He waits. Not sure. They really should make him put his mouthpiece in. Quick pass out to the right, over the head of Turner. This brings up a 3rd down and 4. I'm not sure. Wasn't this a? I'm just nitpicking here. It's first game of season. Everybody's first game of season. Wasn't this kick was a touchback, right?
It was.
So why is the first down marker not on the 30-yard line? Why is it on the 31-yard line?
Great question, Tony.
That's what I'm here for.
We do have some young
30,
young Dolphins.
33. I don't have I do. Oh, I knew they would do this to me.
Nice.
Iankuli Alan Espinoza in the football game just because they want to trip me up. Reed gets the ball, drops back, goes deep, corner route.
Oh, nice play.
Great job. Who was that? Andrew Latham.
Andrew Latham, great
Turner
play.
thought he had it.
Great
Broken up.
close.
Also out there, number 42, Kendall Lynham. 24 is John Spellers. What else you got out there for me? 22, Davender Shoemaker. Great. We got another Dolphin cramping. Yeah, but great job by Andrew Latham. That ball was up in the air for a long time, gave him a chance to recover. Came up, knocked the ball out of Turner's hands. So Coach Finger getting some of his younger players in there. Looks like maybe Efren Solano is in there, number 73. Not sure who that is over there. Dolphins on the 16-yard line on the far hash mark.
This is an official timeout.
Offensive coordinator not happy. It's always fun sitting near the coach's box because you get us, because we don't. I mean, we don't know what's going on or where he wants the ball to go, and he's rather adamant right now that things aren't going. He sees things that he thinks will work, and they're not working. So Dolphin player up. Recommend a course of water for everyone this evening on the bus home.
We need that water, boy.
All right, Dolphins back out there. It's 3rd down. 3 to go for a first down. Two receivers, top and bottom. One receiver's way back off the line of scrimmage, though, Jack. Watch that guy.
That is right.
The guy on the far side is 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Reed straight back, looks to his left, looking for Turner again. Finds Lucas that time. Lucas over the middle. Oh, incomplete.
He had a couple steps down.
He had it. I mean, he definitely had it. So we got 4th down, 3 yards to go. I mean, if you're Corliss, looks like they're going to punt the ball.
Now, are we saying that was 4th down?
That was 3rd down, I thought.
They're moving the chains.
No. Was it 4th? Did I miss a play?
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, it was because you had an incompletion. You had an incompletion to Turner. He overthrew it. You had an incompletion down here on the corner route, and then that. So that was 4th down. So Dolphins on the field. Here we go. New quarterback. Number 3.
I think it's Josiah Purnell.
Josiah Purnell.
Number 3.
6 foot, 170-pound junior. Takes a snap. He's going to keep it straight up the middle.
Nice run. I was going to say no holding, no cramping, but we might. Okay, good. No holding, no
cramping, right.
Maybe.
Yeah, so 15 is D'Angelo Willis for the Trojans. He's played a heck of a football game. He's been in almost every tackle. Corliss now trying to run people in. So we'll try and get you some of these numbers. Just at an awkward angle at the moment. Turner takes it, hands off to Champion. Champion left side, cuts it back to the middle, comes back to the other side. Turns it up inside the 10, down to the 5, carrying 2 tackles. Going to mark the ball about just inside the 7-yard line. So Aaron Champion picks up a first down for the Dolphins. Be 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
Good vision by Champion, who hasn't had that many live game reps.
Brandon Dockett out there, number 11. Efren Solano again out there. Sheldon Williams, number 16. Turner takes a snap. Champion again. Champion cuts it back inside down to about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Number 80, Jonathan Ajamakin in the football game. Nine minutes when this ball is snapped. It's definitely a running clock if we get to 42.
I think 40 is the number, yeah. So let's get a touchdown here, Dolphins.
Turner brings a man in motion, hands the ball off to Champion again. Champion had a hole. Going to race everybody to the outside. Aaron Champion. And we're going to unsportsmanlike something.
Yes.
So I think we're going to count that one now the clock is continuing to run. So we're going to give Aaron Champion from 3 yards out. The drive started at the 27. So 5 rushing touchdowns for the Dolphins tonight. Let's watch this unsportsmanlike call. Oh no, holding again.
Oh, that was a late flag if it was a hold.
Yeah.
Against the offense.
So we're going to move this back to the 13-yard line. Sorry, Aaron.
Maybe on the receiver, although it was.
Yeah,
I didn't see a defender even out there.
All right, so reset. 8:29. Ball's now on the 13-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Dolphins. Aaron Champion still in there. Josiah Purnell taking the snaps. Man in motion. Purnell keeps it off the left side. He goes around, cuts it back up inside, gets it about to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and goal. Nice run by Purnell there. The junior, I don't remember him taking any snaps last year, so this is his first varsity action.
Yep.
So they put the ball down right at the 5-yard line. Under 8 minutes when this ball is snapped. A lot of Dolphins getting some action tonight. Oh, little mix up there. Champion gets the ball again. He gets it inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 3. Dolphins going to go for it. You got like high school football where they take a minute off the clock in between plays.
That's right.
Play comes in from the sideline. Trojans fighting all the way. They don't want to give up this score. Ball smack dab in the middle of the field. Champion this time to the right of Purnell. Formation strong to the right. Purnell's going to take it this time, runs outside, cuts it in, gets hit at the 3. Oh, gets smacked. Dolphins are going to get stopped. 6:40 left. They're going to turn the ball over to the Trojans on downs. Nice try by Purnell. It looked like he had a hole there for a second, but the Trojans flowed to the ball really nicely. Clock stopped at 6:38. So we're going to turn this back over to Corliss on the 2-yard line. See what they choose to do. We're going to take a
timeout.
I don't think they called for a timeout. That's not what I suggested. Oh, sorry. So Dolphins come back out on the field. Whole new set of players. Ball sits on the near hash mark, left hash mark for the Trojans. On the 2-yard line, Dolphins lead 35-0. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 1 at the very end of the second quarter, 2 in the third quarter. Gets you to 35. Solomon Bradley, 5 extra points. Touchdowns tonight, 2 by Maxwell Warner, 1 by Quinn Duhan, 1 by Luke Yolich, and 1 by Von Conrad. Bennett DeRose looks like he's out there playing corner. Oh, little motion from,
False start.
So we got Teague back in at quarterback. He looks like they're running quarterback, but one of the receivers jumped early, so that'll make it 1st and 11 from the 1. They had the Dolphins spread out with 5 receivers, and then much like they did at the end of the second quarter, Teague took off. Trojans huddle up. Lane Tech defense awaits. Not many people have left, Jack. There's still
no. It's pretty full. I think
here.
the referee that called a holding on that champion touchdown owes 200 people a beer.
Low snap. Teague Fires it deep down the middle, nobody there. So he just got rid of that. There wasn't, he threw the ball a long way. He threw the ball 45 yards. But it didn't give his receiver any time to get downfield. So it'd be 2nd and 11 from the 1-yard line. Clock stops 6:30.
Yeah, to your point, the Dolphin faithful are still here. Corliss faithful still here. Nice night.
Beautiful night. Full slate of games Labor Day weekend in the IHSA. Games tomorrow. There's only 7 or 8 games tonight. The big one, Mount Carmel hosted a school from New Jersey, the Hun School. But Mount Carmel, 3 in the state right now, according to the Sun-Times. Reed back in the game. Hands off inside. That could be a safety. That's a safety. Dolphins' second-string defense.
Safety.
Picks up the safety. Makes it 37-0. Corliss went for a running play.
Tackled in the end zone for a Dolphins safety.
Great job by the second-string guys closing down that defense. Not allowing any holes. Got some good penetration on that. Now a free kick from Corliss from the 20-yard line. We'll have to see if they kick off or if they decide to punt. Dolphins will have the ball. 6:20 on the clock, leading 37-0. Let's see who we send back deep. '26 is Graham Sheldon. 25 looks like Ray Scottemeyer. You got Maxwell Warner back in the game. 11, Brandon Dockett is back deep. Aaron Champion looks like he's the second level. So they punt it. Ball goes straight up. It's a live ball. You got to catch it. You can fair catch that, by the way. We got another cramp, number 5 for Corliss. Demetrius Davis was down there on the tackle. Maybe hurt his something. Again, don't want to speculate, but he's a little slow coming off the field. So it'll be the Dolphins football at the 45-yard line. Great awareness by the Dolphins, though, that you got to catch that one.
It was.
It is a live football.
Again, early in the year, the Dolphins' discipline on the special team side pays dividends this year early.
Davis is a little bit injured. So we wait. So it'll be Dolphin ball. Did they put it down yet? Dolphin ball in the 42. Apologize to our Indiana friends, Josh Wildermuth and Patrick McHale, that we couldn't get them on the air tonight. I thought I had it figured out. I did not have it figured out. So we'll work on it. I had the Zoom thing figured out, but that was too complicated. So both teams gathered around their coaches while we tend to the injured Trojan, who said Dolphins be back at it next Friday at Rockne Stadium, 7:30 against Perspectives. Their second non-conference game of the season. After that, as Jack said, they jump into red conference play with 7 games.
I think maybe we can go through the Dolphins at the next level.
Yeah,
here.
fire away, man.
That's all right.
Absolutely.
So, Amir Abdullah, Illinois State linebacker, 2023. Amir was the FCS All-American second team. Finished 9th in the voting for the Buck Buchanan Award, which honors the National Player of the Year in Division I FCS. So, good job, Amir.
He had a great season last year. It was his first at ISU. He started at Nebraska Kearney. Graduated Lane Tech in 2020.
Then Malik Amos out at USC.
What a story
University of
Malik
Southern
is.
California is a defensive lineman.
So Malik played with Josh and Pat. Went out to a D3 school in California that after his freshman year ended the program. So he found a home at Tommy Trojan.
Sam Wyatt out at Pomona in California, also a class of 21. Tommy Basiriu, Wayne State offensive tackle. Also, the 21 team, rather. Sam Wyatt and Tommy.
And Malik. Yeah, Tommy's a great player. Built a lot like Nick Dale was built. Just the nicest guy in the world until you put him on the football field, and then he was a mean cuss. Oh, bad snap ball on the ground. Purnell quick to get on it. Still Whitney Young ball, but they're going to lose about 3 yards. I'm not sure that snap looked like it might have hit the center in the butt. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a weird snap. Harrison and Gassa down at Illinois, preferred walk-on as an edge. Really came on last year. Anthony Hood, MVP of the team last year, College of DePage. Jason Perez, saw him at practice this year at North Park. And then Baba Nefasimi Opadali down at Florida A&M.
Yeah.
All guys from last year.
David Worthington is also at North Park. Hand off to Champion. Champion nowhere to go. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up a yard to the 44-yard line. So it's going to be third down and about 12 yards to go. Clock continues to run. 5:09. So, a lot of teaching moments here for Coach Finger. You know, you get the results you want. There's no such thing as a bad win. I think the first and the third quarter you played really well. You just got to figure out what you were doing in that second quarter that caused the umpire and the side judge and the line judge to call so many holding calls. Purnell keeps, he's going to throw. Left-hander throws it up there wide open. Touchdown, Whitney Young.
No flags.
What do you got for me? 11?
The pass is complete.
Dockett, is that who we're going to? Brandon Dockett,
For a Dolphins
the
touchdown.
junior, 5'7", 135 pounds.
I think we're going to go 11, yes.
11, all right. So Purnell to Dockett, 45 yards for the touchdown. Now the clock is running.
Here we are. Looks like the same battery for the Dolphins. The 12 1/3 star, Ben Barrett.
Yeah, they're not going to change that if it works.
Von Conrad with a hold. Corliss was offside, but that's okay.
44.
The kick is good.
Always my favorite, where the touchdown play is longer than the touchdown drive. So 45 yards on the Purnell to Dockett touchdown, 42 yards on the touchdown drive because of the bad snap.
No, a statistician would like this game, I think, Tony. The total rushing yards might be, I don't even know how to do the math on that compared to the penalties.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're going to have a lot of
good stats.
So a lot of people getting on the board tonight for the first time. Clock is we'll barely get a kickoff here in maybe 1 or 2 plays. Clock is running. It feels like nobody's really in a hurry right now to get out there. Yeah, I mean, it's so much humidity. You can just feel our papers are so wet.
There's been a shift in the last couple hours. And I have to mention on the extra point team, the left end, Jacob Wildermuth Jr.
All right.
Number 13.
There you go. Everybody gets in the game.
Good night.
I think even the referees now are just kind of waiting for the game to
just
round.
let it go.
I mean, definitely a pacing problem with this football game. All the penalties in the second quarter, and not a joking matter, but the cramping in the second half has just slowed this game to a crawl. Clock is running 1:30 by the time Solomon puts his foot into this one.
The ref sauntering back to the side.
Yeah, I mean they're not in a hurry. 1:20. Looks like you got Lucas back there with number 4, who again I apologize, he's not on the roster. The kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Only mistake Solomon Bradley's made tonight. So the clock's going to, I don't know, we're not going to get another playoff, I don't think, Jack. I think this is going to be, the ball would go out to the 40-yard line or 35-yard line, but I think their refs are going to line them up, and we are going to call this one good.
Well, nice first game for the Dolphins. To your point, a little clunky, especially in the second quarter. A win, never a bad win.
No such thing as a bad win. So both teams line up on the 50-yard line. They're going to let this clock run out. You want to go through the scoring real fast? So we opened up the scoring with a Maxwell Warner 24-yard touchdown rush, 7:15 in the first quarter. With just 2:40 in the first quarter remaining, we had a pass from Von Conrad to Quinn Duhan, 7 yards. Kick good by Solomon Bradley made it 14-0. Second quarter, there was 3 or 4 touchdowns called back, but finally Luke Jolich scored from 23 yards out, made it 21-0. Into the third quarter, we had 2 touchdowns. We had a second touchdown run by Maxwell Warner from 3 yards out, and we had Von Conrad's first varsity score from 1 yard out, made it 35-0. Then the second string defense toughened up on the goal line with a safety, made it 37. And then a beautiful pass from Joshua Purnell to Dockett for both of their first varsity touchdowns. Extra point good, made it 44-0. So a game that started fast, kind of stalled in the middle a little bit. Dolphins put it away convincingly. Final thoughts?
Oh, nice win. Nice job in organizing the efforts for the Dolphins. Tony, we're back next Friday night at Rockne Stadium.
So we want to thank all the great folks at Whitney Young High School, head coach Dan Finger, principal Mr. Ricky Harris, and athletic director Chris Cassidy. For Corliss, head coach Keith Brookshire. From Corliss, AD Kenneth Johnson and principal Mr. Kevin Coppage. And from Butler, athletic director Myron Ford and principal Mr. Brian Riddick. Jack, huge thanks to you. Remy, thank you so much for the wonderful pictures. Our friend Barry Newman will be back on the mic next week. Whitney Young moves to 1-0 in the Young season. Looks forward to a long Labor Day weekend before game planning for Perspectives. The game will be at Rockne Stadium next Friday at 7:30. Corliss Butler starts off the 2024 season 0-1 and looks to rebound next week against Ag Science. For everyone at Whitney Young Football, for Jack Wildermuth and Barry Newman, this is Tony McHale saying goodnight from Gately Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, the greatest city in the world. So long, everybody.